Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper S of Viperland, and I am here with a game I have never played before, and I'm looking forward to playing Robotics Notes Elite. Also, welcome to Viperland in the chat, Ramen, 7th, and Soar, and thank you, Ramen, for 50 hecking months resubscribed. Holy mother of pearl. That's a whole lot of months. 50 months. Jeez. But yeah, hope everybody's ready for, something new. I mean, it's still in the same series. It's still the Science Adventure series, and that's just what we're going to be rolling with for now. But after this one, we will have played one of each of the three main ones. I haven't even started up the game before, so like, yeah, I mean, who knows? I hope it, I mean, I don't even know if I hope it, we're just going to guess, oh, hold on. Just to go to config real quick, actually. I like motion sensor function. I like display speed up a little higher, actually. I don't do auto mode. Volume seems a bit low to me, so I'm going to crank it up, assuming we can... I'd like to go... Oh, you have to cement it. Okay. There you go. Easy enough, I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, we can always turn it down a bit later. That should be about good. Sync voice, skip voice... the voice volume is fine. Alright, cool. That looks good. Tally-ho. Let's do it. I don't know Sora. I've literally never started this game up before. I have no knowledge of it. Matters not how straight the... Well, I didn't have time for that one. Sounds like no, it does not. Someone said that this is a battle to save the world. I'd imagine none of these have a dub in the game, but I could be wrong. Someone said the hopes of all humankind rest on our shoulders. But I don't care about any of that stuff. This is just to satisfy my own impulses. Taku, stop. Who wouldn't want to fight their greatest rival in a situation like this? It's crazy exciting, isn't it? Sync audio, okay. Oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah. And fancy, oh. Well, I mean, this is, while the original game came out in 2012, this is the Elite version, which did come out more recently, and it's the first one we got in the States. So it's like us getting the G-Rank version of Monster Hunter games without getting the base version, I guess. I couldn't care less if people think I'm being rash, it doesn't matter to me. So this is the, like, upgraded, polished, fancy version. All I care about is beating the #1 in the national rankings, and going beyond them to the top of the world. What's beyond that? Nothing. Nothing at all. But even then, I still want to see it. No, that's exactly why I have to see it. I like just the... After all, I'm no hero. I'm no soldier. I'm not even the protagonist of a robot anime. Funny you'd mention that. But do you take robotics notes, at least? Kill Ballad. System link online. Oh, system link online, yeah. Mic test. Kai, say something. Yeah, what he said. Oh, loud and clear. We've already gained a trophy. We've started robotics nodes. Trophy good. Loud and clear. Yeah, this was their third mainline series game. Technically, it went Chaos Head, Steins Gate, Robotics Notes. We just swapped to them. Everyone say something. Testing, testing. Most visual novels have easy platinums. Os? I feel a great sense of unity. Something big is about to happen. I know it. Yep, okay. Kai, is your phone droid plugged in? It's the red cable. Is that like an Android phone? A phone droid? One step ahead of you. By the way, why red? I'm guessing it's one of your bits, Aki-chan. Because it makes it go 3 times faster. Red's faster, it's a well-known thing. Except Shibuya. I mean, I still wouldn't consider that difficult. If you just only wanted the trophy, you could just skip all the dialogue, follow a guide, and have the trophy in probably like 2 hours. But, oh yes, system boot complete. Terra stable. Can you see my face? Yep, we got the FaceTime going. Nice and clear. Oh yeah, you would need a guide for Shibuya, but like, it still wouldn't be difficult. Oh, that was me. I didn't see what he said. How do we scroll up? No, that's not it. That's not it. I don't know what the buttons do right now, so we're... Aha, there it is. Nice and clear. All servo motors, less than 1% error from home positions. Electric supply, all green. Says the power generator can run continuously for 13 hours. It's the first one I've played on a controller in a while. Triangle brings you here. Touching the right stick skips chat, and that's what happened the first time. Also, D-pad skips chat, which is fine, but now I know. Actuators, all green. Gyro sensors, auto balancer, no issues. Skip checks from number 9 to number 16. That's a lot of checks to skip. Wait, are you sure that's okay? Don't underestimate me. Who do you think I am? The guy who's gonna fail checks 9 through 16? My bad, kid. Alright, next activate DG-279. DG-279 loading. Complete. Ah, yes, the important vertical orientation crosshairs. Guys, just Falco cleared activated. Left and right laser scanners all green. It's a giant mech, but it's just got like retail level laser scanners to like scan barcodes. Now loading perimeter map. 3 meters, 5 meters, 7 meters, 10 meters, 15 meters, 20 meters, maximum meters. Topographical assessment AI functioning properly. No problem, everything's fine. Go ahead with the camera test. Maximum meters, yep. Testing 360-degree camera. Kai, did you fasten your seatbelt? Of course. Seat lock released. Just spin around, right? Ah, gotta get that sunset. Camera link confirmed. I'm getting dizzy. I confirmed it on the monitor too. He's getting dizzy. He's about to blow chunks. We're gonna see it live. Coordinate anchor on standby, okay? Hold up. Adjustments complete. Go ahead. Coordinate anchor. Kitker? Yeah, what she said. I imagine it's just like... Could you stop using weird expressions like that? Oh, or not. But I refuse. You can't tell me to stop doing weird expressions. Okay, no fighting. Alright, check's complete. And now, the weather report for today, February 28th, 2020. Oh man, that is not as far away as I would have thought. Again, this game came out in 2012, but it released for the first time in English November 2020. So, even by the time it officially released in English, it was already past that date. The Yakushima region of Kagoshima, Tanegashima, northeast winds, strong southern winds later, clear skies. Wave height 1.5 meters, air temperature high of 14 degrees, low of 10 degrees. As a Fahrenheit user, that sounds cold, but I know it's not quite that cold. Chance of rain 10%. That's all for today's weather report. Well, thanks for the valuable information. Of course. That's everyone in the robot club, right? I at least wanted to do a walking test if possible. We're going into this unrehearsed because we didn't have time for that, right? You good? Yeah, we didn't rehearse anything. Good luck. We knew that was the case from the start. Yeah. Don't go and call things off now. Condition, all green. The final call is a go. Alright, see you around, Ramen. We about to take our first robot steps. No worries. You do what you gotta do. It's all good. But yeah, see you around. Thanks again for the resubscription. Kai, let's come back together. Now then, this is where my game starts. After all, I'm no hero. I'm no soldier. I'm not even the protagonist of a robot anime. Correct. It's a visual novel. I'm a fighting game player. Damn it. Gun barrel takeoff. I mean, skills that just translate. Fighting games, giant robots. Oh hey, we actually had an opening. Alright. Or maybe not. Just a title drop. I assume there's an opening animation. Chromosphere Inductor. Hey, another trophy. IRUO update version 2.3.1. Please set date. Oh, this is in-game. I'm not setting anything. Got it. And the update's finished. Not that I have a clue what's changed. Yeah, don't you hate when that happens? When it's just like a... Excuse me. I feel like phone, like OSs and Windows are definitely guilty of that. It's like, we updated it. What did you change the update? We updated it. But things are subtly different. What did you change? We updated it. Yeah. Or even worse, when they actually have update notes, but they're all like various bug fixes and other things. And it's like, that's not helpful. Thanks. My name is Kaito Yashido, or Yashido. I pronounced that wrong twice, didn't I? Yashio. I added a D in there for some reason. General course student in class 2-3 at Central Tanegashima High, number 26. My grades are mediocre at best. As for club activities, I belong to the Robot Research Club. Kinda. Funny considering I don't know jack about robots. It's for security reasons, clearly. Well, yeah, like I get if like I get that they can't be like fixed every security like backdoor thing. I get that, but like when they actually change part of the UI, part of the interface, part of the way systems work on a user level, they should tell you. I'm really thinking about my phone more than anything, where they'll just like it's an update. But like, settings will be changed, apps won't necessarily work the right way. Bug fixes I get the security aspect, I get that. If they are like, we fixed bugs A, B, and C, and people who know of vulnerabilities D and Z or whatever, I don't know, go, oh, they didn't fix those, I get that bit. But it's more the like actual tangible user side things, where they're just like, yeah, we changed stuff, we're not telling you what though. Actually, my real field of expertise is video games. Wait, huh? The post-update info messages have already disappeared from the screen. I guess I spent too much time yammering. I let out a tiny sigh and leave the dimly lit Robot Research Club room. Alright, bye. A refreshing early summer breeze blows by. It's like night and day compared to that cramped hot room. The moment I step outside, I stop sweating. With the cool breeze washing over my entire body, I take a look at the surrounding scenery on my phone droid. Yes. We usually see lots of typhoons this time of the year, but today seems like a nice day. The sky extends high and wide, endlessly blue. It's already turning into the color of summer. This place is about 40 kilometers south of Kagoshima Osumi Peninsula. I live here in Tanegashima, right next to Yakushima, famous for being a World Heritage Site. The island, on the other hand, isn't really noteworthy, outside of matchlock rifles and our rocket launch site. Rocket launch site's kinda cool, I guess. At cat ear mode, there's a button for cat ear mode. Central Tanegashima High is right at the center of the island. It's one of the only 2 high schools in the area, actually. Over 10 years ago, there was an anime set here that got popular, but that's our only real point of pride. I suppose I'll give it a test drive now that it's updated. Kai! It's then that I hear a voice in the distance calling for me by my nickname. There are only a handful of people who call me that. Looks like our precious club president is back. Perfect timing. I'll lock onto her with my phone droid. That's how phones work. I don't know how to go to the tips area. Choose the below tips. No, that's not what oh, that's the hide UI, okay. Akiho Senomiya shows up at just the right moment as I capture her within the screen of my phone droid. So while I'm pushing buttons to try to find those, I want to make sure I'm not skipping anything. Tips list. I don't know if there's a shortcut here. Dang, we got a bunch. Alright, hold on real quick. Select message, enter message, back hide text, backlog, triangle, automotive square, or skip is L1, phone droid triggers L2, R2 as well. Touchpad gets us the tips list, okay. There we go. I don't know if we need to go through all of them. Oh, studying. I hate it. Open the tips for the first time. New trophy, though. Mobile Battler Gun Barrel aired from 2012 to 2015 in a 3-part series. As of 2019, it was the last robot anime made in Japan and featured a total of 155 episodes. Really? In this universe, something that aired in 2015 was the last robot anime? Alright. It's a welcome in dialect. Ah, okay. Cool, good enough. We're in the same grade. She's what you call a childhood friend. We go by their nicknames Kai and Aki-chan. Are you playing games again? Oh, I'm on my phone. Wrong. IRUO got updated, so I was testing it out. Aki-chan, how do you feel about cat ears? Oh yeah, cat ear mode. I boot up cat ear mode from among the app icons. Exclusive app. When booted up, it auto-recognizes the person inside the screen and automatically puts cat ears on them. It also displays a pink AR maid outfit as an added bonus. All for free. That is pretty impressive, yeah. The ears I get, that would be easy enough to put into any type of, like, facial recognition thing, but changing the outfit too, that's future tech. This is the best mode. This thing is pretty awesome. Not only does it add cat ears to her head, it also gives her a maid outfit. I wish I could be as carefree as you, Kai. I don't know if it's something we can activate. I think it's just story stuff. Kai is me, of course, short for Kaito. Akiho lets out a sigh and takes a sip from the bottle in her hand. That's sipping. It's hard times like this when we should be working together. These are hard times? Can't you tell? Adds the cattail too. Akiho points to the robot club room located next to the soccer club equipment storehouse. Man, you really got your pick of the club rooms, didn't you? I guess people assume this little shed would never be used as a proper club room. Our space has 2 rooms, but one is used for storage, so the only one that can hold actual people is the left room. That said, it's way too cramped with 2 people inside. Try and relax there, I dare you. Even worse, we only have a single lamp and no AC. It's too cold in the winter and too hot every other season. It's hard. If hard times refer to being forced to spend time in the club room, then I totally get why Akiho would say that. But hey, at least the lawn is pretty comfy. On days when it's not raining, anyway. That's not the issue. Excuse me. Cat Akiho dejectedly returns to the club room after hearing my response. She sits on one of the only 2 round chairs in the room and takes a sip of her juice again. I can imagine you couldn't fit more than 2 chairs if you can't fit more than 2 people. Wish the hiccups would stop tonight. As I enter, sweat beads form on my forehead. Summer's only just started. I'm going to die when it gets going. I feel like all these games take place in summer too. That cut though, straight to Did you go to see with the vice principal again? I did, but she was in a meeting, so I didn't get to talk to her. Again. She's way too busy. Are you sure she isn't just avoiding you? As soon as the school year started, the Robot Club had its budget annihilated. As the president, Akio has been doggedly negotiating for club funds, but I can tell they aren't taking her seriously. That said, the fault probably lies in Akio for ridiculously demanding a tenfold increase last year. Must be rough being the club president. You gotta deal with all sorts of things. How else are you gonna make a Gundam? A Gunvolt. If you don't have 10 times the budget. Like, you can't just build a giant robot at no budget. It is hard, but it's also fulfilling. Akio smiles grimly and thrusts her fist in the air. Meow. Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little panicked, though. Atta girl. You're acting like you aren't involved. You and I are the only two left in the Robot Club. Do you realize that? The Central Tanegashima High Robot Research Club, also known as the Robot Club. Its history goes 9 years back. It all started with a girl named Misaki Senomiya, a first-year student at the time. Yes, that's right, she's the older sister of the girl pouting in front of me right now. I call her Misani. She made the Robot Research Association, then a year later it became a club in recognition of its achievements. In its golden days, it had nearly 20 members. It even won Robo 1, a Tokyo hobby robot tournament 8 years ago. 30cm tall robots released in the 2000s mainly refers to robots that walk with 2 feet and are able to be remotely operated. In late 2010 it became extremely popular due to the DIY models being released for cheap. At the same time, PCs became widely spread, which allowed the robots to be easily programmed. Makes sense? That was then. Now the club is on thin ice. If that wasn't obvious from our club room in total of 2 members. Well, sure, but come on. You know I don't really care about robots. I understand. I've been trying to brainwash you since forever, but it still hasn't worked. You know. When Akio says brainwash, she means her efforts to get me to watch all kinds of robot anime. Probably. If anything, her doing it nonstop since elementary school has had the opposite effect. I don't want to touch the stuff. While your enthusiasm is praiseworthy, you should realize that your efforts are pointless. Huh? They are? That's right. The fact that there have been 0 new club members for 2 years in a row is evidence of that. I guess nobody likes giant robots anymore. I mean, by giant I mean 30cm tall, but you know, robots. Ah, I see. Till a few years back it was a prestigious club, but its rep is so low now that people call it worthless. Ironic considering the rest of the world is going through a robot boom. Till last year, the tech prep room in the main building was our home. It had issues, it was too dark, but it was better than this. But listen, Kai, it's just like he always said. Akio quickly puts on her red frame glasses. By the way, these glasses are just for show. It isn't over yet. The he she's referring to is a character from a super famous robot anime. He doesn't actually exist. You're as ridiculously optimistic as ever, Aki-chan. Really? Heh, then maybe you should learn from me. Oh, and by the way, can you please not put cat ears on me without asking? That would be your cue to hit the button and turn them off. Come on, it's cute. Nya nya. I'm gonna get mad. Delete that app. Fine. I was getting kind of tired of the thing anyways. Plus it was free. I'll live. I turned cat ear mode off and delete it from my phone droid. Sorry, Sora. I'm sorry, Seventh. Your dreams are dashed forever. I leave the club room behind me and sit down in the shade of a nearby tree. This is my special after-school spot. It's way more comfortable than the club room, as long as it's not raining. It's part of my daily routine to sit here and game. Now that the IRUO update is finished, it's about time I get started. Mobile gaming. A mobile battler Gunvarl Kill Ballad online. I'm assuming there's going to be lots of Gundam references I don't get in this game. Kill Ballad KB for short, an online FPS robot fighting game. Platform is the Phone Droid OS, released in August of 2017. Planning and development was done by a large name in independent production. Also, hey, Hand of Stalin, welcome to Viperland in the chat. How you doing tonight? Boot up Kill Ballad from among the apps. Phone, mail, address book, web, Twippo, IRUO. I thought IRUO is the OS, but it's also an app on the screen. Document viewer, Delude map, and I assume the bottom left one is the one. Yeah. Tap screen. I wonder what the leaderboards are looking like. Let me guess, you top them, or you want to at least. First thing I always do after starting up a Kill Ballad is check the leaderboards. Oh boy. As usual, I can't help but sigh. For the record, my account is Misho. In other words, I'm ranked 5th place in the world right now. I mean, that's pretty good. Apparently Kill Ballad has about 20 million active users. Yeah, so 5th is pretty decent. So being number 5 is pretty amazing, yeah. The top hasn't changed for about a half a year. I want to be the best, so it sucks that I can't break those 4. As you can see, Kill Ballad is a fighting game based on gun barrel. I couldn't see from the leaderboard, but sure. How do you have a, I guess, part of the recent worldwide robot boom I mentioned earlier. Plus, it's based on a legendary robot anime, a huge hit still worshipped as a godly masterpiece around the world. The game was released on the Phone Droid, a platform everyone owns. Why are you booing me? Don't you own cell phones? It's an indie game, but its combat is crazy deep. It's an indie game that has 20 million accounts, is a mobile game that's a fighter based off a super popular anime. I personally don't think I'd play a fighter on mobile. Besides the fact I don't play a lot of mobile games anyway, like, touchscreen controls are not great for precision. In terms of... I can't say that. Touchscreen controls are decent enough for precision and tapping and stuff like that. But me personally, anything that I would normally use like a D-pad for, I want to feel some sort of feedback, and you don't get that on a phone because you can't. It's a flat screen. It doesn't have... You can't literally push down a bit of it. Maybe that's just me though. His qualities helped Kill Ballad become a huge success, downloaded 50 million times worldwide. That's KB. Honestly, because of Akiho, I have no interest in gun barrel. I'm just addicted to Kill Ballad as a game. There are even lots of students who played at school. And yet nobody even bats an eye at our little club. Pretty sad. So lots of people like Mecha, nobody likes the club. Well, maybe if you had a video game club that played the game... Ah, so you both main the same character. Whoa! I recognize the handle name of the player I'm matched against. Jiro. This is the creator of Kill Ballad. Oh, jeez. Okay, good luck. They're a genius programmer shrouded in complete mystery. All anybody knows is that they created Kill Ballad. And that they're a genius programmer, apparently. This is my first time getting matched with them. That said, I'd heard rumors that the game's creator was playing online. I guess they were true. To face the creator head-to-head is an honor. I'm starting to get hyped. Don't screw it up. Don't blink. Don't, hit the wrong button. It's a phone. It can't, well, I correct my sitting posture and focus. Oh, it's serious when you, like, straighten up. You're like, okay, yeah. Show me your moves. Thank you, Captain Falcon. Command input explanation. KB doesn't use a stick for inputs. That is a combo system that involves timed button pressing in succession. I'm gonna have to do this, aren't I? Special command will come from the right side of the screen. Please press the command button. Special moves will activate when inputting commands within the time limit. Yep, I'm gonna have to do this. Alright, cool. In general, as long as there's no input error, once the first hit lands, you'll link the rest of the combo together. That said, some of the combos have pretty harsh timing requirements, which means you need a good eye. This is going to be what breaks me from the platinum, isn't it? And it's not like your opponent's just going to sit around and let you land a hit. We're going to literally practicing against the creator. Once you enter the top 10 world rankings, battles mostly become about reading your opponent's moves. Did anything big happen? We downloaded an app for our cell phone called Cat Ear Mode that put everybody that we pointed at in cat ears in a maid outfit, but we decided to delete it. And now we're playing the fighting game that Protag is known for playing, and he just went into matchmaking mode, and suddenly we're about to go against the creator of the game.
Yeah.
That's the big stuff. He's part of the Robotics Club with his childhood friend. The club is not very popular. They're the only 2 members. He's more of a gamer, but he's still there. Being countered and crushed before you can do much is the norm. Reading your opponent and countering counters is key. When you counter their counter to your counter that was going to counter their counter, but it countered your counter to their counter of their counter, that's when you hit the right mode. In fighting games, it's all about choices made down to a single frame. You gotta read and make the right choice. We're used to describe one measurement of time in a fighting game. One frame is usually about 1/60th. Yeah, or exactly, yeah. We still don't have a counter command, and that's on me. That's what determines who wins or loses. I need to just boot up Strive, turn off the music, and get voice lines for counter and Totsugeki. Of course, that's not everything. You gotta consider character specs, plus the issues that lag raises, but mastery down to a single frame, that's the height of skill for a fighting game player. Also, oh man, a very popular fighting game on mobile though, like, nobody would have a hardline connection. I say that, but it's probably impossible to distinguish individual frames by eye. Either way, you basically just have to be constantly watching your opponent's moves. Oh, also Protag has already said, show me your moves. Nonchalant advances, retreats, and even crouching are parts of the puzzle. You have to be able to read into that. The second you take your eyes off the opponent, they'll strike at an opening. You can never let your guard down. It's also important to be able to make out a player's habits. Being able to see patterns faster changes your accuracy. By the way, I'm not trying to brag, but my reaction time is pretty good. I think I average about 4 frames when reacting by sight. I can come up with 4 moves within 8 frames. This is about my average. When I'm in the zone, I can deduce the winning option within those 8 frames. 2 moves are common textbook options. One is about getting ahead of the opponent's intentions, the last utilizes a super difficult combo to confuse them. I pick one of these 4 patterns depending on the situation. The confusion combo looks cool, but has no real practical use. Sometimes the top ranker's gotta show off, right? I just got a combo that looks cool, it's fine. Yeah, he's ranked 5th out of like 20 million, so you know. Actually kinda likable so far, yeah. Regardless, if I have 8 frames, I can crush any technique that comes my way. Well, if I see it coming. Like I explained earlier, in a real fight is about reading moves. That means stuff doesn't always go according to plan. Anyway, let's get this party started. Hey, thanks. It's an honor to meet you. It's got voice chat too? Don't go too hard on me. Hello? I guess they don't use Voicha. A tab? No, that's the phone droid. Sort for voice chat. I don't think I've ever heard anybody refer to it as such, but that's okay. So, okay. It's a indie mobile fighting game based off of a mecha anime with rhythm game inputs and built-in voice chat. That's a lot. That's a lot. But it's okay. This takes place in the far-flung future of 2020, where anything's possible. Yeah, because it's official, yeah. Not to say that the... Oh, hold on. I'm gonna have to pay attention here. Not to say that the fan translation was bad, but they obviously were like, glossary, it's not that important. Like, I get it. Huh? They're attacking pretty normally. They're playing by the books, but it isn't very fun. It's too easy to come up with ways to react. Maybe that's the downside of being the creator. Ah, my bad. What if he can hear you, dude? Okay, so that's the... You have a minute to type this in. Good luck. Exciting. Only good things happen. Like this app, and that's that. Good fight. You have a good read on the specifics of the game. I'd expect nothing less from the creator. However, your attacks were way too orthodox. You were too easy to read. It also ended up being a benefit to me that we both use the same robot. Wouldn't it also be a benefit to them? Oh? They sent me a message even though they were ignoring me on voice chat. I refused to abbreviate it. What's the deal? I should open it. My bad for the sudden message. Lol, I send messages because I never use voice chat. I hate to say this, but people suspect you might be using cheats. Omisho-shi? Baka said your reaction time seemed physically impossible. I mean, that's what the person who reported you said. Lol, crap. If you have anything to say about the authenticity of this rumor, please let me know. What the hell is this? Yeah, it definitely sounds like a mail from a creator and not from a random troll trying to get your account from you. Me? Use cheats? Game lingo to modify game data using altering tools. Recently, games have been developed with intentional cheat modes. Secret commands are one type of cheat mode. Yeah, well, 4 frames is so incredibly small of an amount of time. So yeah, it's insane. Like hell. What a ridiculous accusation. Jeez. I like the concept that he has superhuman reflexes, but he's still ranked 5th. As a fighting game player, being suspected of cheating is the ultimate blow to my pride, and he also said the top 5 rankings haven't changed in like half a year. Why would they just now be like, you got to 5th place by cheating? If he was cheating, he'd be in 1st. Or he'd suddenly shoot up out of nowhere. Like, you don't look at the person who's been stuck at 5th for half a year and be like, you're cheating just to get stuck there, aren't you? Like, get the hell out of here. Yeah, exactly. I do not cheat. Well, alright. I'll log off without replying to the message. Who made up such a stupid lie and reported me for cheating? I'm really pissed off now. If Fro Kujiro is the creator, they can just check my account and settle this that way. They wouldn't find a thing. Hell, the people ranked above me are way more suspicious if we're talking cheaters. Yeah, of course. I'm not being jealous, I swear. After fighting them countless times, I got a feel of how they move and play. That's why I'm so confident in my assertion. I can tell whether somebody's cheating or not after one match. Ah, this is turning into a bit of a rant. I need to stop while I'm ahead. Oh, we got 2. Twippo, the name of a mini-blog app. You can write tweeps, which are limited to 140 characters. Other users' tweeps will show up on your timeline if you're following them. You can chat on Twippo as well. A map application for Phone Droid OS, able to sync with GPS and IRUO. Yeah, it's Twitter and Google Maps. I look up from the screen and stretch and put away my Phone Droid. I don't have much to do, so I stare out at the scenery. The leaves rustle above my head. There are no students in the courtyard lawn or in the informatics classroom nearby. As for the sports clubs, they've gone to practice at the Nakatane-cho Central Athletic Park 20 minutes away from here. Little thing way in the future, yeah, of course. I mean, clearly they're taking over the world. All I can hear are the cries of crows and other small birds. The gentle sound of plants rustling in the cool breeze. The school is quiet after hours. It's almost as though time itself has stopped. No, that's Science Gate. It's a different one. Or perhaps time has left this place behind. Maybe it's not just this school. Maybe the entire island has been left behind. Who knew I was so sentimental? Haha. What are you talking about? Akiho leaves the clubroom and walks over to me. I guess she heard me talking to myself. I don't know. I just had this kind of listless feeling, like this place has been left behind by time or something. Oh, how uncharacteristically philosophical of you. She really shouldn't admire me. In other words, I was just wondering what to do now. Shouldn't it be obvious? Akiho points her finger up at the sky. We gotta do whatever it takes to get a club budget, then complete Gun Build 1 within the year. In April, Akiho made an important declaration. Her words, not mine, as president. Of course, it was only me there. The plan is to complete Gun Barrel Prototype Model 1 Gun Build 1 within the year, before we graduate. And so she requested a 10-fold increase to our budget, out of nowhere. The VP flipped out and banished us here. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. We're already in our 3rd year. Hell, we graduate in less than a year. I was wondering what comes after that. There are no colleges here. If you want to go to one, you gotta leave the island. As for work, going off island is the only choice. it can't be the only choice. There can't be no jobs on the island. If nothing else, you go to a school, you need teachers. Clearly, you can't say this. I don't know. Yeah, we've played games in very weird orders with very different art styles. I still feel like, as much as I love the art style of base game Steins Gate, man, there's just something about 428. The way they did the live action in that one. I've lived here my whole life. I've left for vacations and whatnot, but I've never lived off the island. I have no particular aspirations to leave either. It's more a vague sense of insecurity at having to leave at all. Never really given it much thought. Even though it's already June. Yeah, like they really went out of their way on that one. Right now I'm focused on Gun Barrel. Yeah, mecha is life, future is unimportant. You make it sound like there was a time when you weren't. They really did, yeah. Akiho truly loves robots from the bottom of her heart. If you focus too much on that, it'll be too late and you're gonna have to wait another year to go to college. It's a shame that, like, the original game is so old now, because man, what I wouldn't have given for, like, it to have gotten super popular and, like, a year later them being like, hey, we're filming a live action movie with the same actors, whatnot. What I wouldn't have given for that. But it's been over a decade now, and even if they all wanted to, like, it would just be different. Wait, did I actually read that? If you focus too much on that, it'll be too late and you're gonna have to wait another year to go to college. It's not like our lives are coming to an end once that robot's finished. We've still got a ways ahead of us. Completing it doesn't mean we all live happily ever after. Roll credits. We got regular lives to live. I don't know. If I built a giant robot, I'd say that's GG. I've peaked. Roll credits. Well, it'll all work out. And why are we even talking about something so boring? I guess you got a point. I think you should dream more. Follow the star of hope. Want to go for a run? Where to? Into the setting sun, obviously. You just want to run, don't you? And the sun isn't setting yet. It's about the feeling. Aki-chan, sometimes you're way too much of a positive thinker. That's not true. It's just that as long as you don't give up, you can make your dreams come true. She watches a lot of anime. That's what people refer to as positive thinking, Aki-chan. Don't forget that sometimes a match's result is predetermined before it even starts, thanks to character stats. Huh? It's a fighting game thing. Oh, so you're a tier picker, huh? Huh? Is that what you're saying? You just tier pick? Apparently Akiho's VA is also Krau's GP VA? Okay. And Ria's VA in the Canada anime. Huh. Alright. Wouldn't have expected. Also haven't heard any of the 14 Japanese cast, like at all. So it's entirely true that I've done no prep when it comes to what I want to do after high school. I blame it on the illusion that time is stopped on the island. It just makes you forget about the future entirely. You end up thinking that things will just go on like this forever. We watched it subbed. Pretty sure. We had the option, but I'm pretty sure we watched it subbed. And I don't mean that in the sense that I hope these perfect days will never end or whatever. When time stops, so too does your ability to think. And yet, even when you realize that this is the case, it's still a pain in the ass to try and think about what comes next. Alright then, alright. In the end, I don't care what happens, as long as I can keep gaming. I mean, relatable. That's how I continue putting everything off. I mean, relatable. Oh, is that a not Garo Froggy on her hip? Are we gonna have another, small mascot character for this year? Akio stretches out as though she's putting a period on the conversation. Anyway, I'm thinking about heading to the hangar for maintenance. Storage facility used for maintenance, replenishing, or for the standby of a vehicle. The Robots Club has its own hangar. The dream that Akiho and the Robot Club have been working on is stored there. Do your best, President. Kai, come with me. Huh? Then you know what the deal is. Again. Of course, how many times have I told you? If you want me to do something, you have to beat me in a match. Oh, that's... You're literally a top-ranked fighting game player. That's mean. Super plot-relevant mascot be this time. It's not 2020 right now. Yeah, that's true. In-game, I think it's 2019, technically. No, it is 2020. No. It was 2020 in the opening, but I'm pretty sure that was another, like, preview of things to come. And I'm pretty sure, because they were like, it's February 20th, 2020, but now it's June. So yeah, that's a preview. I quickly whip out my phone droid and take position. 1 round and kill ballad. You game? Akio replies unenthusiastically and takes out her phone droid in resignation. If I win, you really have to do what I say. You won't. He's got superhuman reflexes and is a top-ranked fighting game player. If you win. But I doubt it, seeing as you're 10? Oh, 0 and 10 are her odds of winning. There's a 0% chance that Akio wins, and a 100% chance that I walk away the victor. I chuckle to myself. It's kind of mean. It boot up kill ballad. Go ahead, check the leaderboards again. Matchmaking complete. Akipo. Let's see if you've improved any. It's 10 hog, yes. No holding back. If I lose, that's 400 times in a row. Oh. She's 0 and 399 right now. Ooh. Okay. I'm pretty sure you're fudging the numbers. I've won way more times than that. She's fudging them down to 0 and 399. Okay. Yep. It's also true, yeah. He also doesn't seem to be trying to help her improve. He seems to just be using it to get out of doing anything. Oh, so that's your strat, eh? I messed up! Ooh. I personally recommend calming down, Aki-chan. We hit 2 buttons, and she has lost. That's all it takes. 2 buttons, you win. And I win. Matchmaking disconnect. Weak as always. Whew. You big jerk. Whoa, hey! Akio suddenly starts ruffling my hair with both of her hands. She's always been like this. Whenever she gets too frustrated, she messes up my hair. What did my hair ever do to her? You never go easy on me. Who was it that said no holding back? Plus, my fighting game philosophy is to always go full power no matter who I'm facing. I hate those people. Thank you. So let's make sauce and scratch. Ah, delicious. Very cool. It's somebody who's barely ever touched this game, but I can't possibly go easy on them. Only full power. Like, come on. Maybe I'm biased because I'm usually on the weaker side of that, but you know. I watch with a wry smile as Akio stands up and storms off in the distance. Yeah, I hear somebody saying making sauce and I just assume like pasta sauce, but it really could be any number of sauces. Whenever I come here, I can feel my spirits being lifted. It makes me want to run around like a dog, to be honest. A heroic piece of music starts playing in my mind. If I'm not careful, I'll start humming it aloud. The old Tanegashima Airport. It's about a 10-minute walk from school. It was closed down 13 years ago and abandoned, so nobody visits it now. It hasn't been maintained for years, so the asphalt is cracked and the weeds have moved in like they own the joint. While spacious, there's not much here. No electricity, and it's flat, which means the wind is super strong. Not so good, but I hate those noodles. Use linguine, the betel noodle. Honestly, I'm not picky. I can't think of any type of noodle I don't like. But I do have leanings towards either goofier shapes just for the, childishness of it, Or angel hair pasta. I'm a sucker for angel hair pasta. Though linguini's good, don't get me wrong. With the amount of veggies in the sauce, sounds tasty to me, yeah. They do. Flat noodles hold the sauce better. That is factual. I end up having to hold my skirt down. Still, it's the perfect environment for the Robot Club's hangar. Oh, have we swapped protagonists? Have we swapped, like... Or he's wearing a skirt. That's true. All pasta is best pasta. This is factual. But it's also true that some hold on to sauces better. Some are better for different usages. Ordinary high school students would never be able to acquire such a wide, flat piece of land with nobody in sight. The airport apron in front of my eyes, is about the size of the sports grounds, and an even longer runway continues past it. From end to end, it's about 1,600 meters long. It takes around 30 minutes to walk the whole way. It's also many times wider than a standard road. The spacious sense of liberation is great, something you could never feel on a regular roadway. Maybe he is? I don't know. Right now, Kai is lying down. Oh, well, that would do it. Or he's swapped to third person all of a sudden. Right now, Kai is lying down, outstretched in the middle of the runway, phone droid in hand. Is he gaming again? After I lost to him quite soundly in our kill ballad match, Kai decided to slack away like no man has ever slacked. But you know what? He still came with me instead of going home, so I can't be too mad. He's just shy is all. I put those thoughts aside and take a key out of my pocket. The Robot Club hangar is at the edge of the airport apron. It was originally a parking garage for vehicles used to refuel fire trucks and aircrafts. You might ask, why are we using the airport's parking garage as a hangar? Patience, the reason is inside the building. Open hatch. We'll actually get to see some protag in this game. Yeah, true. We'll actually get to visually see them. I say to myself as I raise the shutters and step inside. It's a bit dusty, but it's fine. It's so dusty in here, it's making me cough. With no windows to be found, it's fairly dark. Enshrined in the center of the dark space is the materialization of the Robot Club's sweat and tears. The life-size gun barrel prototype Model 1, nickname Gun Build 1. When the Robot Club was first founded 8 years ago, this was its greatest goal, its dream. A project to build the giant robot of justice gun barrel at life size. Also known as the Gun Build Project. It's still incomplete, so the upper and lower parts are kept apart, but it'll stand over 10 meters tall when it's done. Excuse me. The final goal is to have a pilot ride inside and move it. The club has been chipping away at this for 8 years. Though to be perfectly honest, it hasn't moved even once yet. One of the reasons it's taken so long is because high school clubs don't get much in the way of funding. Yeah, and high school students don't usually have the money to build a Gundam. Generally speaking. I have a lot of respect for the founder for having the foresight to build a huge robot before the robot boom started. That's true, that's true. I say that, but the founding members and creator of the Gun Build 1 blueprints is none other than my older sister. She's got serious negotiating skills. When she found the Robot Club, she also managed to acquire special permission to use this whole airport. The Gundam Club budget's gonna be tough, yeah, even over years. She even negotiated with the small workshops around the island so that she could get their scraps for free. That helps. Heck, she convinced JAXA to give the club parts they didn't need anymore. It's thanks to her that the Robot Club is still using the old airport hangar and working on Gun Build 1 to this day. All around the world, huge companies are funding giant robot developments. They obviously have deeper pockets than us, you would imagine. Compared to their robots, Gun Build 1 is a shabby, derpy-looking, and poorly performing relic. Ah, that's a Japan NASA. Okay, gotcha. Oh, then that... They did mention there was a rocket launch site on the island. Makes sense, then. No, probably not a good idea, but when you can't afford anything else, you know, make do. But I refuse to stop working on it. I want to complete it. This is the dream I inherited from the original members of the Robot Club, my sister's dream. Speaking of my older sister, she currently works at a company in Tokyo. She doesn't live on the island anymore. The current and perhaps last president of the Robot Club is none other than me, her little sister. Oh, I mean, you know, just reinforce it super well, I guess. Space Brothers. Oh yeah, Calico and Afro are very big Space Brothers fans. I have not actually watched any of it, and I don't think it's a visual novel. I think it's a manga turned anime. But there's like over 100 episodes. It's a long anime, and it's apparently a very good anime, but I haven't seen it. It does have a really great music video for one of the openings. There's got to be some sort of meaning to all this. Maybe it's fate. It must be. No matter what you do, you'll always be average, Aki. Wow. You can try as hard as you like. You'll never be better than eh. Same as one of the Angel Beats characters. As long as it's, unless it's TK, who cares? And TK is the greatest character in anime history. Without thinking, I grab my chest. It's tight. I feel like throwing up. I shake my head and slap my cheeks with my hands. That's some slaps. Our barrage is too weak. What are you doing? I clench both my fists and psych myself up. I pull a can of oil from the shelf in the corner and pour it into a portable oiler. Even though Gunbuild 1 has never actually moved on its own, I still can't slack on maintenance. In fact, without exception, I bet past club members would all say that our main activity is maintenance, not building. Not TK. Oh, I didn't know it ended up being a visual novel. The anime is entertaining. It definitely went in a different direction than I expected, but it was good. I have no real urge to rewatch it, but it was good. But TK was the best part. Hard stop. You can't build something without parts, and we rarely get any of those. Visual novel didn't know it was after. Okay. That's why there's been such little progress on that end. So in light of that, we kill time doing maintenance. Since Kai and I are the only remaining members of the Robot Club, it falls on me to do all the maintenance myself. Once a month, I spend about an hour chipping away at the task alone. While working, I'm free from unnecessary thoughts. Head empty, oil can full. I just want to finish this machine as soon as possible. Even that impatience is blown away, so I honestly don't mind this kind of work. Well, I guess I'll get to it. With oiler in hand, I crawl onto a shin of the lower portion of Gunbuild 1. It's about 1.2 meters high. From that height, I can see Kai lying down on the runway. Help me out. This isn't a warning. If you resist, I'll shoot. I hold the oiler like a gun and aim it at Kai. Special attack! Boom boom shazam. A zoom boom shazam, sorry. I thrust out my fist. Of course, the runway is several hundred meters away, so there's no way Kai is going to react. Futile indeed. I undo my pose. I crawl onto the knee of Gunbuild 1 and pour oil through the joint into the cam of the servo motor. Those are words. I don't know, I just had this kind of listless feeling, like this place has been left behind by time or something. I recall what Kai had said earlier. Left behind, huh? I never thought I'd hear words like that from Kai, the guy who usually just games without a worry in the world. Likeable characters, right? But quite frankly, I don't really get difficult stuff like that, and it's not like I have time to stop and think. This oversized child of mine. I need to complete Gunbuild 1 no matter what. If I don't finish him by my graduation, there'll be no Robot Club members left to inherit the task of finishing him. Kept waiting for the pain to go. So I need to complete Gunbuild 1 with my own two hands, using the 6 months I have left. Is this youth? I mutter the words of a certain someone in red whom I admire and continue. Like, I'm just assuming if she says a quote and I don't get it, it's a Gundam reference. It's a Gundam reference, and unless she's going to start quoting G Gundam, it's going to go over my head 100% of the time. Best girl isn't going to be best girl just because she's the most. Yeah. She basically won in Chaos Head by lack of competition and default. She was just a passable human being, and that set her above every other character in that game. The only Gundam I've ever seen is G Gundam. I really like it for its goofiness and over-the-topness, and I understand that that is not what other Gundam series are like. I acknowledge that other Gundam is good Gundam, but it's just, I prefer the goofier, over-the-top nonsense. Gun Barrel Ankh Striker, a special move used by the robot Gun Barrel in Mobile Battler Gun Barrel. Ankh is a unique shape used in ancient Egypt, basically a rocket punch with an Ankh shape, fire at it. Mainly used as a finishing move in Season 1. Motor mainly used for machine tools, industry robots, models, and remotely controlled machines. By giving orders to the servo drive, which acts as a control device, you can check the operating condition and adjust for errors. Sure. Let's build a life-size gun barrel project, known as Gun Build Project of short. This is the main goal and reason of existence for the Central Tanegashima High Robot Club. Misaki Senomiya started planning it when she was a sophomore. The airport opened in 1958 as an airport with a runway. In March 2006, the airport opened, now the old airport's a ruin. Okay. I raise my eyes from my phone droid and see that the sky has darkened. Oh, okay. I only know that show because Super Robot Wars. I'm familiar with a bunch of names and mech designs because of Super Robot Wars. But I haven't really watched most of them. I slowly rise up. The man called Pizza is dead, yes. I feel like my mecha, I lean super into the Super Robot Wars, the Super Robot sides of things. I love Gurren Lagann, I love Aquarion. I watched Big O, though I didn't watch all of it, I'll admit. I would consider G Gundam closer to the Super Robot side, even though it's more akin to real robots, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, but I still love the Super Robot Wars games, even if I only know a handful of series. Oh, I watched Erica 7 too. I was too engrossed and didn't notice how much time had passed. My head's kinda hazy. I guess my mind is still on the game. Those subtle screen shakes and that pseudo-heaviness in the input response are what I'm all about. Guess I was lying on the hard ground. My back hurts. I wish there was some visual notification of swapping characters, but that's okay. She's amazing. Yeah. G Gundam is just a fun time. I wonder if Akiho's still doing maintenance. I peek into the hangar, but I don't see any signs of her. But I can tell she's here, somewhere around the bottom portion of the robot, below the knee. Yep. Akio had crawled into a tight space with a pen light in hand and is currently doing some sort of work. I'm doing maintenance, so I thought that was the whole point of coming here. Though you'd think she'd have some sort of, like, other outfit, because, like, grease stains and stuff don't come out of clothes easy. And, like, a white school uniform? That's gotta suck to clean. Sora coming in here just murdering people. There aren't going to be several different plot-relevant screen transitions anymore. Ah, hey, don't peek inside from there. Because I'll see your panties. I'll get mad if you do. A crouching heavy kick. She's full of openings, so I could guard, counter, and combo off 1/4 of her life. We've got a full-on just mecha anime otaku who's best friends with a full-on fighting game otaku. The language only overlaps a little bit. Game lingo, short for combination. Hey, Aki-chan. I know I always say this, but I think you should stop doing work in your uniform. Just what I was saying, see? Akio stores an old t-shirt and shorts in the club room that she could use for messy jobs, but she barely uses them. So she brings the other stuff? Yeah, pick red. No, I refuse. But I forgot them in the club room. She went through the trouble of having work clothes around, yet she always forgets them in the club room. Plus, I have nowhere to change. It's not like anyone but me works here, so whatever. Again, it's more feeling for whoever's got to clean the outfit. Akio keeps moving her hands as she makes excuses for herself. I'm sure her parents, who we will never see or hear from in this entire game, are like, again? It takes so long to get grease out of this uniform. Or they've mastered it by now and don't even care. Is that a subtle jab at the fact that I don't help? Grease stain? See? Grease stains are tough to wash out. I don't mind, they're like medals of honor. Huh? There really is something off about you, Aki-chan. There aren't many high school girls who would say that. That... Looks like she's finished. It's the future. Grease stains mean nothing. Yeah, the far distant future of 2020. Sorry, 2019. Grease stains are a thing of the past. They're so easy to deal with. Akio comes crawling out. She brushes off her dirty uniform with her hands. Checks are done. Rad. I do assure you that even though the order of games is Chaos Head, Steins Gate, this, Steins Gate 0. Steins Gate 0 looks like Steins Gate. They still use, like, it seems like each game sticks with their art style. So, she tucks away her pen light. She was probably just checking to make sure everything's still in order. So, what's so off about me? I thought that was the case, but it might be... It's either this one spoils Chaos Head, or Robotics Note Dash spoils Chaos Child. It's one of the two, and I don't remember which. And I didn't, again, decide to look deeper. There aren't many high school girls who would refer to grease stains as medals of honor. Come on, you make it sound like a bad thing. Not that I'm aware of it. This one requires Chaos Head. There you go. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Nor do I, Ramen, but it was just what I heard. Again, my knowledge is literally one video from Red Bard on YouTube. That's my knowledge. That's all of it. And then Googling, like, recommended play order. I gotta hand it to you. It's pretty amazing that you admit you're weird. And you wouldn't admit that about yourself, Kai? You literally saw a girl performing maintenance on a giant robot and went, I could perform a crouching kick combo and take a quarter for HP off. Easy. You got it. My gaming skills are abnormal, but I think I'm pretty ordinary in every other way. Ooh. Oh please, you're already a weirdo considering all you care about is gaming. Gotta attack me like that personally? Despite the self-deprecation, Akio's eyes are twinkling as she grasps my hand. Is this bro? These two are fantastic. Just 1 second. There we go. Oh man. I don't know why. Is this bromance? No, I know why. Her hand is sticky with grease, but she doesn't seem to care. Akio starts nodding like she agrees with herself. After washing our hands, we close the garage shutters and lock up. Since there are no streetlights near the abandoned airport, it turns pitch black at night, which is precisely why we need to leave before that happens. You guys both have phones? Don't they have light? Well, yeah, even if they do, they're not great flashlights. Like, they're fine in a pinch. They're good for something that everybody has in their person, but I wouldn't call them great either. By the way, airport tags keep switching between them. Yeah, honestly. As we walk, Akio suddenly pulls out her phone droid. The Fink toy attached to it, there it is, swings back and forth. It's grimy as all heck. A cute mascot character from the anime Gunbarrel. It's Sphinx this time. It looked like a Sphinx, so it's just... okay. I keep telling her to replace it with a new one, but she seems to have no intention of doing so. So the two important questions, it seems, for each of these games will be, what soda does Protag like? What's the cute plot relevant, inevitably, mascot character? I was looking at IRUO earlier and saw that the everyday that was being renovated got turned into a Lonslow. Store names, I assume? Wait, really? For realsies, you'll know when you see it. Everyday is a convenience store near our house. The only convenience store in Minatecho, actually. They started remodeling it about a half year ago, so it's been closed. Did they just turn it into a new store? Yep, guess we're going to Google it. Let's take a look on the phone droid. I start up Delude map. Sync with IRUO. I use the World Virtual View function, Street View, in IRUO to look at Mina Mitanecho. Sure enough, there's a Lonslow. Sure. See? Open 24 hours. Phone that number. Grand opening event. Items available at 10% off through the 25th. Says 10% off. Let's drop by on the way home. Yeah, it can't be the sale, honestly. But the place could be loaded with people right now. I could just picture the checkout line. Remember how crazy it was when every day opened up? We were just kids back then, weren't we? I think it was the same year the anemone. Akiho abruptly stops talking. Anemone, huh? Now there's an unpleasant name I'd rather forget. So, you're gonna try and negotiate with the vice principal tomorrow too? I intentionally changed the subject. The last 2 or so weeks, Akiho has been heading to the faculty room after school. It's not like waiting around is going to get us results. It's not like going is getting results either. Quite the positive thinker you are. I often say those words to Akiho. She's always like this, thinking positively, doing things for the betterment of the club. Oh, overly optimistic. That's my only redeeming feature after all. Every time Akiho returns those words to me, she bashfully smiles. So, you're coming with me, right? I'm going to be late tomorrow with a stomachache. Sounds real rough. Akio laughs in astonishment. Whenever we go to the hangar, we keep our scooters parked in the lot in front of the terminal. We live in Minamitanecho in the south. School is 15 kilometers away, so commuting by scooter is allowed. I'll leave the key in. Nobody around here would steal it, and walking around with it would be a pain in the ass. I can imagine how putting a key in your pocket would be way too much trouble, honestly. Just the worst. Going straight home. You really want to visit the convenience store, don't you? I'd be fine with B-Coop. So, you just want a snack, but it's almost dinner time. Fine, I get it. I'll go straight home. Are you feeling okay? Yeah, I'm fine. This is like a ritual before we ride our scooters. I always ask how she feels. If she's not well, we rest. And if she still isn't feeling well after that, we leave the scooters here and go home some other way. She was involved in a scooter accident once. Her injuries were minor, but what if they'd been fatal? I straddle my scooter, put on the ugly helmet required by the school, step on the kick pedal, and start the engine. I was about to say, I wonder if they'd let them, like, customize it or whatever, but probably not. If they have strict rules about uniforms you can wear, I doubt they'd let you customize the helmet, which is a shame. Akiho puts on the track jacket she left on the scooter handle, slips on the same ugly helmet, and we're ready. Time to head home. It takes about 40 to 50 minutes to get from school to Akiho's house. By the time we arrive, the sun is long gone. By the way, my house is really close, not even a minute away by scooter. It's on PC. There, I am not. That's a fan patch of the game. Improves translation. Translates GGs. Okay, good to know. But I am on PS4 or PS5, so good to know. But I'm playing on PlayStation. After parking the scooter in front of her house, Akiho takes off her helmet and waves to me. I mean, the last one we played was fan translated, so I'm used to little hiccups and whatnot here and there. Alright, Kai, or Nochio? Night? I assume it's good night. This is our unique greeting. In the Tanegashima dialect, it roughly means, let's meet again. Misani originally started using it as a code word, so Akiho and I picked it up too. To be honest, it's not something that comes naturally. I have to intentionally use it. Only elderly people use that dialect these days. Akiho sees me off as I head home. I cast my gaze up at the night sky. The northern region is steeped in red, almost like it's oozing blood. That's the aurora. Luminous phenomenon visible from the north or south pole and places near them. This occurs when the magnetosphere is disturbed by solar winds. The idea is the same as a fluorescent light. The famous auroras are shaped like a curtain, but there are other shapes as well, like the sky itself lighting up dimly. The name originated from Aurora, the goddess of dawn in Roman mythology. You know what? I actually have to check this one because I believe we're getting auroras even further south than normal soon. I saw a post about it earlier, but didn't actually note the date. Yeah, NOAA forecasters have modeled that the objective yesterday is likely arrive on October 11th, so tomorrow. The impact could spark G1 to G2 class geomagnetic storms. A moderately strong G2 storm materialized. The skywatchers in the United States could see auroras as far south as a line connecting New York to Oregon. So you can really, theoretically, tomorrow night, if you're in an area where you can find a dark spot and you're north of New York City, it might be worth going outside and taking a look. It is rare for them to be viewable this far south. I, however, am in a city and there's really no area here that doesn't have a lot of light pollution, so I doubt it would. Yeah, it's steamed hams, obviously. But one of the few things I regret about my college experience is I went to college in northern Vermont, which is basically Canada, and at no point during that did I actually see the aurora. And there were 1 or 2 nights where they were visible and I just missed them, and I regret that. Bust out the telescope? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm kind of on that line, so I don't know if it would be visible here, but it's not quite the same as the famous aurora everybody knows, the beautiful one that's kind of shaped like curtains. Apparently an aurora takes on that shade of color at lower altitudes. The sun is approximately or abnormally active now, so that has led to the world being able to see auroras since a few years ago. Watch it in your kitchen instead, obviously. You're right. Back then I mistook it for a wildfire or something in the distance. But now I'm totally used to seeing it. I don't really feel one way or the other about it. It's red. It's there. That color in the sky is just another part of my everyday life. My ordinary, unchanging days. My life on this island repeating endlessly. It's hard to believe it'll all be coming to an end in 6 months. It's also weird we haven't had like an opening cinematic for this, but maybe like at the end of this chapter or whatever. I do know that the 2 Robotics games are the only games in this series that aren't done by that same vocalist who does all the other ones. But for now, I'll just focus on getting home and eating dinner. Or at least when I checked like her discography page, it didn't list anything from these, but it listed both the Chaos, both the Science Gates. The sky is so blue it's crystal clear. Day after day of cloudless skies, almost to the point of tedium. The weather is pretty important around these parts, especially because it tends to rain a lot this time of the year. They keep saying that and it keeps not raining. Just a light rain. If it's just a light rain, I can wear a raincoat and commute to school by bike, but I'd rather it just be nice out. The wind striking my face has the scent of summer, or at least that's what it feels like. You know, greenery and stuff. Riding a scooter in the summer is way nicer than during the winter, by a long shot. Oh boy, I can believe that, yeah. Although I bet that holds true around the world, not just on this island. Akio is driving in front of me, her skirt flapping around in the wind. Every day I get nervous about her accidentally flashing everyone, but her guard is unexpectedly tight. We stop our scooters at the convenience store near the school. So nice. Oh, yes and no. If you're riding around on a scooter, I don't have scooter experience, but I used to take a bike to and from work, and I made the idiotic mistake to do so one day when it was colder than I should have, and like, that's the only time in my life I was actually worried I may have gotten frostbite. But it wasn't like super cold. We're not talking like a below 0 day or anything. It was like maybe 30 degrees, about just under freezing, and I was bundled to hell. But like, when you're going at a speed, whatever gloves you got on don't care, because it's basically you're forcing wind through them. It was miserable and dangerous, and I was an idiot. So I can see what they're saying about how riding a scooter in the winter would be bad. Never really experienced that. Oh, it sucked. It was awful. Summer, I mean, the humid air sucks. I don't like it. And if they're on an island, it's probably humid air. But at least you got the scooter to make it a breeze. That's something. One might call me a regular here at the Irai General Store. I'll be going on ahead, okay? I lightly waved to Akiho in response before entering the store. Yo, welcome. Oh, we got a lot of... Man, I thought they were actually going to give us a definition for what a hug is. I was actually expecting it. Helpful unlimited gear. Power-assisted suit released by the Exoskeleton Company. Mainly aids in movement by attaching it to your legs and arms. Jumping on the robot boom in the late 2010s, it received worldwide praise. So it's what you wear in Death Stranding. It's the Death Stranding exoskeleton. Largely provided to welfare-type corporation, but also used by police and military teams. It uses a graphene, a material that won the Nobel Prize in 2010, to enhance weight reduction and raise durability. It was made widely available for a cheap price, which helped with its success. By 2015, it sold 1 million units, and in 2018, it sold a remarkable 3 million. Exoskeleton Development Company. It's the company that invented and sold power-assisted suits and exoskeleton upgrades, HUG. However, in the late 2010s, it jumped on the robot boom and grew to become a global company. Now they produce not just for welfare purposes, but also provide for the military, security forces, and other fields where HUG can be used. In 2018, it was ranked the #1 place that college students in Japan want to work. Cool. Yeah, welcome. Oh, didn't mean to do that one. The girl with the languid attitude sitting at the counter is Mizuka Irai-san. She's the daughter of the store's owner and works here on most weekdays. She's helping with the family business. Excuse me. She was Misane's classmate. In other words, I've known her since I was in elementary school. This older girl, who barely even uses makeup, has become somewhat of a minor celeb among students at my high school. With her easygoing personality, she speaks openly and frankly with all the youngsters who drop by here to shop. Jugs, nah, they'd be jugs, yeah. She was half paralyzed in a traffic accident in college, but thanks to the HUG attached to her leg, she gets by. Very useful, yeah. They've got a little bit of that vibe, kinda. I see what you mean. The HUG is a power-assisted suit that quietly hit the medical care market in 2010 before the robot boom started. Despite not being a robot, the HUG rode the robot wave and became huge, with over 3 million units sold worldwide. I mean, to be fair, if somebody's like, hey, just wear this belt and attach it to your shoes, and this will help, like, make moving, lifting, walking easier, I'd be like, yeah, cool. What's that? Strap a little bit of metal to my arm, have superhuman strength? I'm okay with that, yeah, let's go. And you made it affordable? Oh, even better. Even on a rural island like this, you occasionally see people walking around with them in town. HUGs even get used for non-medical things. You'll see special features on TV about HUG jogging and whatnot. Again, I know what they mean, but I just imagine two people hugging each other and jogging along. Which is a very weird mental image. I lightly nod my head at Mizuka-san. I am glad that I don't live in Japan, for the sole reason that if I could just walk into a corner convenience store and buy a steamed meat bun at any point of my day, I would eat nothing else, I'd gain 500 pounds, I'd be broke. Like, I'm such a sucker for like any form of like steamed meat bun type thing. Oh boy. And all the rest of it, whatever, but like, just seeing that prominently displayed in the corner is like, I don't know if I'd be able to stop myself. Hey, looking beautiful as usual. She herself told me to compliment older girls, so I put her words into practice. Why's she gotta be so mean? I grab the usual 2 bottles of fruit sour melon from the drink counter and bring them to the register. Where's Aki? She went ahead to school. Drink sour... She's got some nerve ignoring me. Fruit sour melon. I have no idea. I'm assuming one of the protags drinks like a definitely not this soda. They didn't even hide it in Chaos, but that's all probably because it was a fan translation, where they were just like, it's Coca-Cola. The Dr. P in Steins Gate, but you know, Scooter asking for meat buns. Yes, of course. High school students aren't rich enough to buy things every day. Doesn't she drink Skull every day? Yeah, but the subtitle said Dr. P. But they didn't have to worry about that in Chaos Head because it was a fan translation. Who cares? Good point. Next time I see her, I'll make her buy 2. McRonald's, yeah. Steins Gate Zero has Go-Go Curry, but it's actually branded. It's actually Go-Go Curry. So, Kai, are you sure you don't want this today? Mizuka-san grins at me and points to the steamer next to the register filled with meat buns, Anko buns, and more. Gotta call me out like that? Am I protagonist? No, I'm not good at fighting games. I can't be. I only eat those when I have business. What? And here I thought you just liked the taste. Yeah. Those barf-tastic buns, you gotta be... That's the other side, though, like... That doesn't mean they're good, just because they're readily available. Like, don't get me wrong, I've had a convenience store hot dog every now and again, and I wouldn't call them inedible, but I wouldn't call them good either. It's kind of just like oh, I'm at a convenience store, it's $1, I'll take one. So, apply that to the same thing here, and they may be steamed buns, but they may not be, you know, good. That's the thing. I'm gonna have to do that again for Halloween this year, aren't I? I know I won't actually be streaming Halloween night, because I'll actually be able to see my friends this year, and we hang out, we give candy to trick-or-treaters. They always make chili, which I thought of as a weird Halloween tradition, only because it was never my family's tradition, but I love it, so like... But like, day before or day after, I can definitely do that, for sure. You gotta be kidding me, I read that. Kai, did you just call food at my store barf-tastic? For real? Sorry. I try to laugh it off as I hand Mizuka-san the money for my drinks. Free Halloween Jackbox this year? Probably, honestly. Again, it won't be night of, but night before seems very doable. Night of, I know will be out. But yeah, like 30th, I can't see why not. Unless we're really not done with Resident Evil by then, because that's the other one I want to finish. We can jokingly do Star Ocean whenever, but like Resident Evil, I'm gonna wait for Tuesday, see if there's a sale on it. I'm kind of guessing there's not gonna be, and I'm just gonna buy it, and it's fine. I got no problem paying full price. I just, it's October now, and I know they're gonna be like sale on Resident Evil as soon as I buy it. I know like 2 days after I buy it, it's gonna drop like 40%, and I'm gonna be like, damn it. But I don't want to wait so long that I don't have time to play it. Alright, give Michi a message for me. She grimaces like she suddenly remembered something. Tell him to hurry up and pick up his protein. Supplement which features protein as a main component, usually in powdered form. You drink it by mixing it with water. A bodybuilder's go-to. Michi ordered protein from here? Why didn't he just have it delivered to his house? What the hell if I know? Either way, he totally forgot his order. That guy hasn't come by to pick it up. Under the counter, I see 4 protein bags with 5 kilograms written on them. The company probably shipped them by sea. Oh, Michi is Mitsuhiko Nagafukada's nickname. He's the PE teacher at school and the club advisor. Simple, right? Can't you tell him yourself? Just call him or something. Come on, you know I don't have a phone droid. It's weird for her to languidly boast about that. Mizuka-san is bad with machines. She brags about how the only things she can use are the register and her hug stuff. That's not what I mean. Doesn't the store have a landline phone? Too much work. And we may end up doing Bob Ross sometime soon too, so we got a few things coming up. I heard Michi was her classmate and a friend, but maybe I'm misremembering? So Kai, let him know, okay? Thanks. I'm really glad they shortened that name, because like, that's a name. Mitsuhiko Nagafukada. Like, it's not even that bad, it's just, I'm so garbage at names. She opens yesterday's newspaper. In the current year, 2019, the amount of printed newspapers has gone down due to digital publication. Many local newspaper publishers have closed down. However, there's still strong support for newspapers. Even though the amount of pages and information has gone down, they still get published. Yeah? Guess we're done? She's like a grumpy old man. Poor store clerk behavior. But yet you keep showing up here. Oh, that would also add to the Bob Ross goodness. She's so scary. I thought Misani was bad, but Mizuka-san is no slouch. Why are the women her age so terrifying? Or maybe those two are just special? Ah, crap, I spent way too much time chatting with Mizuka-san. Yeah, you're on the way to school. I need to hurry or I'm gonna end up late. I reach the school gate and turn off the engine. It's a school rule that once you hit the entrance, you gotta turn off your scooter's engine and push it from there. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yo, good morning. Hurry up. Oh, well, if it ain't Michi. That's a PE teacher. You can tell by his outfit. And the whistle. The whistle's the most dead giveaway, I'd say. Perfect timing. Michi is at the gate, greeting students as they arrive. Hey now, Yashio. I'm always telling you, call me Nagafukata-sensei. Got that? Stop calling me Michi. Sir Mitsuhiko Nagafukata-sensei, the 4th. Esquire. Ugh. Oh, I hate every part of that. Sir the 4th Esquire. It's a graduate of the school, and also the first president of the Robot Club. I started calling him Michi because Mizuka-san does so. The habit then spread to Akiho. Yeah, it's just a square. Nagafukata-sensei, I was just at Mizuka-san's store. She wants you to hurry up and pick up your protein. Oh, I totally forgot. I don't have any cash in me today. What should I do? Michi enters panic mode and clings to me. Hey, just tell me one thing. Was Irai angry? Probably. Also, don't cling to me like that. You're sweaty. How are you sweaty? It's first thing in the morning. I see. Listen, Yashio. Let me give you some valuable info. Irai is seriously scary when she's angry. That's all. Yeah, I'm well aware. Michi is basically a delinquent teacher. Well, he'd better brace himself for the wrath of Mizuka-san. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, never hurts to save. We haven't actually saved yet. Oh, we got 6 pages of save files? Hell yeah. Got all 48 save slots. Oh, I like that. You can straight up be like, I don't want to accidentally overwrite this one. Cool. As it stands, we're going through without like a guide or anything, so like if there's any point we gotta come back to, we'll figure stuff out later. But I like that. I sit down in my usual spot in the shade of the tree by the clubroom and gaze up at the sky. After school, Akiho went to get the clubroom key from the faculty room, but she hasn't returned yet. It's been a while. It is nice, yeah. It's not something I'd overly think about, but it's just a nice thing to have. It'd be a pain to check the faculty room, and even more annoying if she got back when I was gone, so I'll chill. The sunlight is getting stronger. This single tree in the courtyard is becoming more and more important. Time to play some fighting games. I have nothing to do, so I open the web browser. Oh, okay. I find the headline about a new Hug model in the news column and casually tap on it. New Hug is the new gen. Exoskeleton Company is currently running a campaign to celebrate 3 million Hug series units sold. During the campaign period, everyone who buys the Hug 06 Kuruma, introduced today, will get 10,000 yen cash back. I don't know how expensive they are, but it's still cash back, you know. Much like an automobile or phone droid, a Hug can help make life easier in all kinds of key ways. Kuruma does exactly that. Stylish. Oh man, it's what happens if Apple makes an exoskeleton. Our guiding... Oh, I missed that. It's easy to put on, take off, and maintain. Plus, it lasts much longer in a single charge than previous models. They definitely with like the rounded white design. Performance-wise, it's a 15% increase over the Hug 05, and around 100 meters in 10 seconds and jump 5 meters! I'm assuming that's horizontal, not vertical. Either way. The Hug OS also has improved learning functions over previous models in the series. Ah, it's a smart Hug. Eye pose. It detects the slightest strain of the wearer's muscles and judges how they'll move. This means efficient assistance. Also, we've put ads on every part of it. And we've swapped out all the charging cables, so you can only use our proprietary cables. The Hug 06 Kuruma is currently up for pre-order at Exoskeleton Company dealers nationwide. We've already received many pre-orders, so we might not be able to get your Hug to you by release. We apologize. For your convenience, we've removed the headphones jack. We wish to be your support spirit. The Exoskeleton Company looks forward to meeting each and every one of you. Market price, that's not insane. It's about 400 bucks, right? It's about 400 bucks. That's if there was something like that that could help me and everybody avoid muscle strain and live your like, well, that's the thing, they did mention that they really made them affordable. And like didn't they also say 10,000 off that though? Isn't it $100 off if you get it today during this promotional period? Yeah, so it's $300. That's a steal. And I would love that if that was real. That's a really good deal. As expected, Misane's there. Oh, I missed the, Oh. How long has it been since she started appearing on TV like that? Oh, that's her! That's her sister! Oh. After graduating 6 years ago, she went to college in Tokyo and now works at the flourishing exoskeleton company. Ah, so that's our introduction to her sister. She started doing PR work after her talents were recognized. She even makes appearances on TV as a Hug test pilot. Commercials leading Hug demos, even working as an advisor for Hug Spark, a Hug martial arts tournament. It's heckin'... It's just... Ah, damn it. I want to call the show Gearless Joe, but that's not it, it's the protagonist. What's the actual name of the show? Damn it. I'm drawing a blank on the actual name of the show. But it's the same concept, it's just gear-assisted fighting. Next generation fighting event using the sporting version of Hug run by Exoskeleton. Started in the 2016, it's held in America during the month of March. Special rules include that only standing moves are allowed and that all athletes must wear Hugs while they fight in a ring about the size of a tennis court. The speedy, intense battles continue to gain popularity. That's like nay instead of knee? Probably. I just assume... Nah, yeah, probably. Probably. Oh, that's gonna bother me. I literally watched the show. Oh, Megalobox. I was about to type in. There you go. It's the same concept as Megalobox. It's fighting, but with gear-assisted stuff. It was a good anime. I liked it. Never saw the second season, but I hear it's also good. Misane is everywhere. Considering how active she is, it's no overstatement to say that she's crazy popular. Hell, people online refer to her as the pretty XK PR girl. She's more popular than your average pinup model. Short for Exoskeleton Company. I guess I could have done that. All athletes must hug while playing. Just imagine two boxers hugging each other and just occasionally punching the other's shoulder during the hug. But all I want to do is scream out to the heavens. Don't be fooled, people! The Misane on TV isn't the real deal. Jeez, I can't even begin to count how many times Misane made me bawl when I was in elementary school. Just thinking about it gives me chills. People online are like, she's pretty. He's like, yeah, pretty mean. It's from Akiho. It's strange for her to call me while we're at school. Accept call. I answer and Akiho's face appears on the screen. Ah, Kai. Where are you? That looks like a store. She said nay. Hold on. Yeah, you're right, it's definitely nay. Yep. Mizukane's store. Why? Never mind that. More importantly, did you do your homework for English? I take it you didn't, right? Why is she so sure of that? I mean, but is she wrong? Not that she's wrong, but... Excuse me. I shake my head, but for some reason Akio smiles happily. Me neither. When was it due again? Today! Tomorrow. Actual living sister has been drilled into recently. Yes. Yeah, I know. Because she's obsessed with her. And she's in my game. She's in the game I'm playing too. She is so massively, overly obsessed with her sister. It's terrifying. Yeah, she ends up opening a shop in Sue and Lide. Just in the town. Because her sister's there. Oh, damn it. I keep hitting the right stick. Crappity crap. Let's have a study session. Come on. You're actually going to try and do it yourself? Luckily, we still have time. And two heads are better than one. Let's split up the work. He once said this. In war, to keep the upper hand, you have to think 2 or 3 moves ahead of the enemy. It is also confirmed, I think you weren't here for this bit, Ramen, she does not need those glasses. At all. Those are not functional glasses, she just keeps them around. And I'm assuming she's just quoting Gundam, but again, I don't know. I'm assuming she's just quoting Gundam, because even I know that little, like, that's the sound of, like, when you get one of those, like, special points in Super Robot Wars. That's gotta be a Gundam sound effect, it has to be. I doubt you could even think 1 move ahead right now, Aki-chan. But sure, I'm down to split it. That's my Kai. She's completely forgotten about cornering the vice principal. Well, you know, sometimes you actually have to get grades too. I guess we'll use our club time today to finish homework. I knew you'd say that, so I'm already at Mizuka Nei's place. Huh? Then I guess you are thinking 2 moves ahead. Right? I'll let her be happy with this victory. Can't fight on an empty stomach, it's true. Do you want any snacks? Hit me up with your requests and I'll pick them up for you. Wow, you're treating me? In your dreams, Bob, I'll have you repay me later. Well, shucks. No worries, I'll pick out some things for Kai. I hear Mizuka-san's voice on the other side. Ah, Aki-chan, don't listen to anything Mizuka-san says. Just buy me some fruit sour melon. It's gotta be the drink. But I don't really know of a melon soda. Ah, not up for the usual? Mizuka-san sure is persistent. Besides, if I have the usual, I won't be in any condition to study. Alright, I'm on it. Meet me in the classroom, not the clubroom. Maybe I'll get a bit done on my own. Hold on, maybe he says something different, or maybe it's just, maybe this one doesn't have like a drink. Fruit, no, he definitely says fruit sour melon. Okay. Real soda too? Oh, good to know. I clearly am not as well versed on sodas as I would think. Also, I'm exclusively versed on American sodas, and I wouldn't necessarily know more overseas ones. Maybe I'll get a bit done on my own. Akio didn't take long to get back. We studied at our best until sunset, but couldn't finish in time. I guess I'll just do the rest at home. I mean, you guys live practically next to each other, why not just... Once again, Akio charges off to the faculty room after class. But Taboo is still there. It's stupidly hot outside, so I'm waiting in the classroom today, looking at Twippo to kill time. Finally, Toyota of Japan. Toyota announces their newly developed robot, Prince X. Alright, there's a lot to process there. It's still Taboo. Taboo still exists, even though we know that Google exists in this universe. Well, not Google, but Google. Toyota is making a new robot. They've named that robot Prince X. It's stupidly... Oh, I read that. Twippo is a social media platform with a limited word count posts on the internet. Yeah, no, we get it. It's Twitter. I gotcha. Phone droids have their own app for it. Yeah, no, I gotcha. Each post is called a tweep, and they form a timeline on a stream based on Twitter. It's Twitter. If you follow someone else's account, it'll display their tweets. It's Twitter. Yeah. Google was called Deluddle in the game with delusions. Yeah, but it still is called that here. That is just, it's a name. I'm following around 100 people. If you follow a lot of people, your timeline basically gets flooded with constant updates. It's a real pain to try and keep up with it all like that, so you can split tweeps into multiple lists. List A is for Robot Club members, and I guess you could say friends. I want to eat takoyaki. Prince X is so cute. The design taste is good, that even though it's a giant robot, I think it's cute. Toyota of the world. Would be amazing if we put this electric engine in Gun Build 1. Maybe I'll go negotiate next time. Wonder if they'll let me borrow it for free. I'll send an email. Till last year, our club had more than 2 people in it. Given our current state, Akio is the only one on List A. List B is made up of real-life acquaintances and people I know online. Earlier, I found a picture. Appearance information. Today at 3 PM, I will be appearing on the Fuji-san TV show 3 o'clock Madam. Thank you very much. Oh, she's got her own Twitter, of course. It includes my family, Akio's family, Michi, and a few others. You follow your gym teacher on Twitter. Okay. I have no friends around my age. Except you clearly do. And I don't follow many of my classmates, thus List B is mostly adults. List C is for others. Well, I guess you don't have friends your own age that aren't in the Robotics Club tab A. No, I don't follow any teacher I've ever had. No. List C is for others, we already saw that one. That includes journalists in Tokyo and the official accounts for newspapers and news sites. If I look at List C, I can get a pretty good idea of what's going on in Tokyo. I don't really use List D. Even with the list split, they refresh within hours. I keep telling myself to at least check Twippo once a day. Twippo while browsing. You can switch the list to be displayed with L1R1. Alright, cool. As I scroll through my timeline, I see talk about a new giant robot development by Toyota in Tokyo. I guess they revealed the thing around lunchtime today. Actually, Akio mentioned seeing this in the news. Maybe I should reply. You can directly respond to other people's tweets via the reply function. That said, I don't use Twippo that much, so I really only reply to people in List A. You guessed it, that means Akio's the only one I interact with. That go for broke mentality, it's amazing you really don't know fear. I should do it. Hey, Yashio, can I ask you a favor? One of my few classmates still around on cleaning duty talks to me. I'm gonna be late for my bus home if I don't leave soon. Are you busy? Could you maybe throw the trash out for me? Don't bother, Hayakawa. This is Yashio we're talking about. Huh? But he doesn't look busy. It's not that I look like I have free time. I do have free time. But I'm currently stuck in this room. Who knows when the Madam President is gonna get back? I decided to turn down her request in the only way I know. I don't mind taking your place. Wait, really? Oh my gosh, that... Wow, rude. However, if you want me to do something, you have to beat me in a match. You ass. It's comically dickish when you do it to your childhood friend, but like a classmate? Like, yeah, I'm top ranked in this game. Everybody knows it. And everybody knows it because I won't do something for anyone unless they can beat me in the game. Yeah, hope you've been practicing, Scrubs. Oh, absolutely, he isn't Taku. Every character in all of media has been made better by the existence of Taku, because no matter what they've done, they're not Taku. If you win, I'll throw out the trash or whatever it is that you want. I'm kind of in a hurry. Didn't I tell you? There's no point. Yashio's always like this. It was a mistake to even ask. Never mind. A match? You gotta be kidding me. How stupid. Let's be honest though. Let's be honest. If they made the GameCube pocket-sized and you could fit a GameCube controller in with it at any time with a screen, people would do this with Smash. And you know people would do this with Smash. Yes, I understand that, like, the Switch is portable. But, like, you can't play Melee on the Switch, so it clearly doesn't count. It's gotta be a GameCube, and it's gotta be a GameCube controller for the actual... Because... That's true. It didn't have a screen, but you're not wrong. It was designed to be portable enough to move around. You're right. And it was meant to take the bumps and bustles of, like, being portable. But it didn't have a built-in screen. So you can't just, like, pull out your phone or whatever. It's not quite the same, but you're not wrong. Still muttering complaints, the two pick up the trash cans and exit the classroom. I'm alone now. Wait, if Hayakawa was seriously about to miss her bus, why couldn't Takahashi take out the trash alone? I considered shouting that at them, but that'd be belligerent even for me. Wow. He thought about doing something mean, but then went, wait, no, that would actually be mean, let me not do that. He's not Taku. I'm aware, not only would Taku do it, he would then have a delusion about how badly he wanted to do something terrible along with it. I'm aware that people consider me a pain, but this is my policy. I have no intention of changing it. Just when I'm finally about to enjoy a match of Kill Ballad. Kai. This is weird to me only because Calico and Afro's big German Shepherd is named Kai. So when I hear somebody yelling Kai, it's because Kai has run off and needs to come back. He is a great pup, but he's like, he's actually close to 3 years old now. But he is a massive German Shepherd with the brain of like a 6-week-old puppy. He's adorable, he's great, but he's still clearly like, he's not like an older dog, he's still very clearly puppy mode, even though he's massive. Great dog, just, you know, gets curious about things and runs off. Akio returns with the club room key in hand. The key is stored in the faculty room, so she has to go and pick it up every time we have a club. To the club room. Yeah. I stand up from my seat. We exit the classroom and walk together towards the club room. Was the vice principal in? Nope, never gonna be around. So, I don't think the VP has been coming to school lately. You haven't seen her either, right? I shrug my shoulders, indicating that I haven't. Michi might know something. Maybe I'll interrogate him. You just don't give up, do you? Maybe I should call you Snapping Turtle from now on. Boo, that's lame. Look, either way, we can't do anything without money. I do like the slight, like, we went to a different area, they changed the lighting on her model. They in no way had to do that, but they did that. We've already lost 2 months. If things keep up like this... Subaru. We've already had Toyota, now we have Subaru? The moment she sees a certain male student, Akio winces. His name is Subaru Hidaka? It is a second year. You could call him Akiho's arch nemesis. At the same time, you could say he's the one person Akiho won't give up on trying to win over. I can already see the sparks flying violently between them. Hey, Hidaka-kun. Despite feigning cheerfulness, it's pretty clear that she's afraid of the younger boy. It's been 1 year and 3 months since we first met here, which means it's time to join the robot club and join us in building the giant robot of justice together. That's what it means, yeah? I have no intention of joining your third-rate robot club. Subaru Hidaka perfectly KOs Akiho. I've given you the same answer over 20 times. She kept track. Come on, the robot club needs your technical skills, Hidaka-kun. I want nothing to do with your little robot club. Excuse me. Without even a nod, Subaru Hidaka changes from his indoor shoes to his regular ones, then leaves. Gonna win him over if it's the last thing I do. Akiho's face is bright red. She looks like she's going to start stamping her feet in anger. He clearly doesn't like you, so why do you gotta be so stubborn about this? Hey, this is your problem too. I haven't the slightest clue why, but Subaru Hidaka is actively hostile towards the robot club. He was the one student who came to watch our club last year, but it wasn't long before he called us third rate. It's because he's building a bigger Gundam in his basement. I get it. In terms of technical skills, Subaru's on a completely different level. In junior high, he apparently entered Robo 1 solo and won 3rd place. He never entered again after that. According to Michi's info, he's even capable of repairing broken wristwatches. I understand why he looks down on us to an extent. If he ever joined the robot club, he'd immediately be our ace. Heck, even though he's younger, he'd probably make a better club president than Akiho. Who? I mean, he's not wrong about us being third rate. Don't say things like that, Kai. You gotta accept reality for what it is. I know, but I still can't just go and say sure and be fine with it. All sorts of people make fun of our little club. It wasn't nearly this bad when Akiho and I joined up as the new students. It's hard to say where it began, but I think it was after last year's new student club orientation. The seniors in club weren't the public speaking types, so Akiho gave the speech instead. That's where she screwed up. Akio made a showy intro video about Gun Barrel Prototype Model 1 and the club members maintaining it. The BGM for the video was the Gun Barrel theme song, sung by Akio herself. Oh. I'm sure you can imagine how all of this went over. Yes. I can just viscerally hear all of that. And so the only students who came to check out the club was Subaru Hidaka, who must have come to pick a fight. This year, Akio and I ended up alone. She did her best to learn from her prior failures and didn't show the robot. But mid-speech, Akio had an attack and was sent to the infirmary. Since I don't care about robots, it was over. Had a what attack? So it made total sense that we couldn't get any new recruits. Plus, right after that, Akio requested a 10-fold increase to our budget. The student council and VP snapped. Probably, yeah, I guess. As a result, even the underclassmen got a bad impression of Akio burned into their minds, and so our club and the Gun Builds project became the objects of ridicule. Students started referring to it as homegrown scrap. Ugh. Rude. Sure, compared to the high-tech robots being made by huge companies worldwide, ours is both ugly and super low spec. I've heard folks say that it still hasn't been completed after 8 years. It'll never get finished. They say it's a waste of club funds, and the budget would be better off given to other clubs. I can't argue with that. Scooter accidents, yeah, too. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hell, you could even argue that the robot club had been given too much special treatment up until now. And all that was because of the groundwork that Misane put in as the founding member of the organization. Since we're clinging to the work that others did before us, I'm sure the school looks at us like we're parasites. Kind of feels like a reflection of society at large. Anyway, I'm planning on really throwing myself into Kill Ballad today. I think to myself as I set down my bag in the club room. Time to recharge. Akio says to herself and starts fiddling with her own phone droid. Anime appears on screen. Yes, that. Hey, you know, if you know it's the room with only you and your best friend who ain't gonna judge you, why not? Who cares? Jeez. Is the climax right at the start of something? It only took her 5 seconds to recharge. I gotta hand it to her. It's impressive that she's recovered so quickly. She's even posing. You're gonna break your phone droid again if you flail around like that in here. It'll be fine. Akio is always like this with anime. The two of us can barely sit comfortably in here, yet she's flailing wildly. If only she'd just go outside. Oh, and how in the heck does she get so excited over something she's seen countless times? So, what anime is that? What? It's literally the same mech design as the game you're playing, you idiot. I ask without thinking too deeply about it, and Akio's expression morphs. She shoves the tablet screen in my face. It's Gun Barrel! Gun Barrel! You literally play that game. It would be like somebody watching the anime for Grand Blue Fantasy, and I'm like, huh, what anime are you watching? It's like, I can clearly see. I was playing that fighting game last night. I've only played it occasionally, unlike him, who's played it for years and is top 5 ranked on it. Now that I think about it, she was shouting its name earlier. That too. I may not know much about robot anime, but that was a dumb question even— okay, at least he accepts it. At least he realizes it. What do you mean, I see? I'm always showing it to you at my house. Akio's getting about as heated as I expected. She's clearly still annoyed from her earlier encounter with Subaru, so she's more charged up than usual. That being said, she doesn't show me Gun Barrel. It's more like she watches it and I happen to be in the room. And that game you were always playing on your phone droid, yet that's the thing that gets me. Akio points at the tablet hanging from my waist. What is it? Gun Barrel. What's the life-size robot in our club is working so hard to build? Gun Barrel? This Blu-ray sitting right here! Akio picks up the BD, Blu-ray disc, package sitting on the desk and points at the picture on the jacket. What anime is this? Gun Barrel. Correct. She drops the frown and returns to a smile. By the way, that's the only Blu-ray we have. Hell, the clubroom doesn't even have a Blu-ray player or a TV, so it's useless. Kai, you're a failure of a robot club member. Ooh, I mean, she's not wrong, but ooh. Yep, guess I'm not much of a learner. Could you not be like that just for once? Literally, you could at any point just shout gun barrel and you'd probably be correct and make her happy. If you want me to be even more honest, I really don't care about any of this. Oh. I figured that out a long time ago. But again, he spends countless hours playing one video game, and that video game is in the same series. That's what trips me up. If it wasn't for that, I'd be like, he just doesn't pay attention, or he's just messing with her. But Akio shrugs her shoulders in exasperation, and for some reason pulls out the whiteboard in the corner. Ah, don't tell me! Which means today it's time to brainwash you for good. Seriously? She always goes on forever. For starters, Gun Barrel is a god anime. Here comes the hyperbole. At the very least, it's the #1 hit anime since the start of the 21st century. In terms of Blu-ray sales, it's still #1 in the world! At this age of the phone droid, everybody switched to cloud storage when it comes to media. Nobody buys stuff on discs. Of course, I don't dare voice any of this, as it'd just make her talk longer. Robot anime really is the best! Every boy in Japan loves robots. I'm pretty sure you heard girl, Akio. Ever since that one Astro Kid showed up in the Showa era, robots have been pals, heroes, and just plain cool. That one Astro Kid. They're the symbol of Japanese animation. They have a totes different set of values when it comes to humanoid robots. That's why nobody else can design them like we do. Some people take that to mean that only Japanese people truly understand robots. But Gun Barrel is different. Even though it was produced by a Japanese animation studio, it first aired overseas. It took half a year for it to air in Japan. That sounds unusual. By that point, it was already a hot commodity all over the world. Ah, there's the... It's not a Sphinx. Sphinx? Not only did Japan join in on the party, it even gained a giant viewership that kicked off the modern robot boom. Sphinx, yeah. Plus, the ending was anything but ordinary, which helped turn the franchise into something legendary. Ah, so they didn't Franks up the ending. Good. I've legit heard this a billion times. Oh, and you're gonna complain about her using hyperbole? After 3 years of airing on TV, who could have guessed that the final episode would go unaired? The uproar was insane, and fans around the world were on the brink of rioting. The final episode isn't on the Blu-ray, and nobody involved has ever spoken about it. It's totally shrouded in mystery. Wait, right-hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in, or I guess 1, 2, 3 to the right of the middle head. That's just Death's mask from Soul Eater, right? That's just Shinigami-sama, like 100%, right? 4 years have passed, and there are still lots of folks who theorize about the contents of the final episode. Like, none of the other ones ring a bell immediately, but like that's just Shinigami-sama. Not only that, but the internet's been flooded with phonies masquerading as the final episode. Fans have even written meta-analyses explaining how not showing the final episode is part of Gun Barrel's message. Personally, I think this whole final episode thing is a challenge from the staff. Either way, there's no denying that the last episode going unaired helped Gun Barrel evolve into the god-tier anime it is. Some theories even say that the current worldwide robot boom started with Gun Barrel. She sure can talk. I just want to play Kill Ballad. You mean the game that only exists because of the popularity of Gunvolt? Or Gun Barrel? So you're saying that Gun Barrel is a beloved anime around the world, and it'll never be topped? Actual bits of the anime, alright. Just gonna let it play. Excuse me. Damn hiccups. Okay. Bingo! I mean, if you were to ask me if Gun Barrel is superior to robot anime of the past, I'm not sure how I'd answer. But I do think you can call it the culmination of an entire half-century's worth of robot anime. Or, I guess to be more clear, it cherry-picked the best elements of past robot anime masterpieces. It's the classic tale of a noble hero, but that nobility is thoroughly explored via strong character development. It's very easy to understand. All the characters are good people and you can empathize with them. So like Chaos Head. Yeah, just like Chaos Head. That's why people get so fired up and emotional about it. So, I'm betting you want to jump right in, don't you? Want to marathon the whole thing from episode 1, don't you? Akio's eyes sparkle as she attempts to innocently appeal to me. She's like a little boy talking about his hero. To be fair, I'm pretty sure I sound exactly like that anytime I try to get somebody to watch Gurren Lagann. Thankfully, it's an old enough and popular enough show most people have, but I feel like it's relatable. Heck, even I'm starting to get excited. Just kidding. Nope, don't you? Ah, you contrarian. Honestly, I think you're the only high school girl in the world who can speak so passionately about robot anime. I doubt that, but, you know. Oh man. Yeah, this is you trying to get somebody to binge 17 plus full-length JRPGs. Another brainwashing fail. Fine, I'll watch it on my own. I got past where I left off in that Atelier game before, so I'm in new content now, and I finally got the next tier of items, and I finally got the way to recharge items, and when you get to that point, it's so bad with names, but the chick who's the doll in your game comments about how much she likes milk. You only need money to recharge them, but she makes the comment about how much she loves milk. And it's like all these things I wouldn't pick up on, but you'd already mentioned it. It's an easy thing to fit in the schedule, yeah. So yeah, I can finally make the next tier of regular fire bombs, and I can just recharge them, which is not as good as Ryza, but it's nice. I don't need to make a brand new one. Akio sulks and goes back to appreciating Gun Barrel. If you have enough money, you can even set it to auto-do it every time you go back to your Atelier, which is super useful. I don't have enough money for it, but I could. The metal tower stands high above ground, quietly but accurately transmitting its noise into space. It's Noah 3. It's as though it's absorbing the sound from its surroundings, converting it into the noise it emits. The chirps and cicadas and crickets, the flaps of bird wings, even the sounds of leaping insects. No matter how carefully one listens, such sounds do not exist here. In the center of the tower, in a space 30 meters in radius, is what could be a geyser of death spewing into hell. The grating sound is like a scream from the underworld. Verification test in progress. In this space filled with the silence of death, a young girl whispers. She's got a random feather, and her forehead glows. This is good. Reporting test number 2887. Her bare feet produce no sounds with each step she takes, as she looks up at the sky and whispers to nobody. Presently, Japan Standard Time, year 2019 AD, month 6, day 12, hour 18, minute 9. Those get cheaper and cheaper the more character events. Oh, nifty. I don't know if that's how it works this way, but I keep doing character events when I see them anyway, so like, why not? She holds a single pure white feather in her hand. No change in status. She whispers mechanically with no sign of emotion. She shows no sign of minding the noise. Report of verification test number 2887 complete. Just then, the wind blows. It's strong enough to cause the plants to sway, however, neither the girl's hair nor the edges of her soft clothes budge an inch. Only the white feather in the girl's hand floats gently into the air. It melts into the dusk-colored sky. While her gaze follows the feather's path, the girl, expressionless until then, narrows her eyes in a somewhat hardening way. Or heartrending, she quietly speaks into the wind. Whose eyes are those eyes? Okay, you're just gonna do that to us, game? I was joking about Noah 3, by the way. No. I was joking. Oh, no. The first bell of the morning rings as we exit the bus and head for the entrance. Ah, the bell! Akio doesn't even bother opening her umbrella as she steps off the bus and makes a dash to the entrance. Correct. We never got an answer for that. I thought ending B was leading up to an answer to that, but it was actually just leading up to very gruesome imagery. Very gruesome imagery. I swear, I exclusively have to blow my nose when there is no background music on. We could have background music that's cheery and upbeat for 30 minutes. Never have to blow my nose. The second it cuts away, oh man, I gotta blow my nose real quick. Kai, we'll be late if we don't hurry. She briefly turns back to me, but I wave her off with my hand. I'm sure they'll let it slide if I'm a few minutes late. Yes, schools are definitely known for being very lenient about people being late. I stroll to the entrance by myself. At that moment, that happens. I hear the strange shout of a girl and stop cold. That voice just now came from the gymnasium, didn't it? The door is still open, so I take a look. I see a lone girl inside. The first bell already rang, so what's she doing? There's nobody else around. The judo club uses the gym for morning practice, so I assume she was one of them, but there's no judo-gi in sight. On closer inspection, I recognize her small animal-like stature, short haircut, and boyish baby face. Pretty sure she's one of my classmates. What's her name? Crap, I can't remember. I don't think we've ever really spoken to each other. I look through the tag information on my phone droid. Alright, she's Juna Daitoku. So it's Google Glass, where you could just do that. I'm so glad that didn't catch on. Like, yes, I want to point this device at somebody. It will tell me exactly who they are, all their personal information. Like, that's one of those things that, like, seems in the small scale convenient of like, oh man, we were introduced once, I can't remember their name, let me just use this. But then at the same time, it's like, no, that's gonna be used for evil. We were in the same class last year. And she's in the karate club? Yeah, that matches up. She must be doing a kata right now. She silently, yet furiously repeats a series of defensive body moves. Silent now, I guess, but... I also like how there's clearly, like, basketball markings. Oh, they don't really fade halfway, it's more that the reflection overpowers them. Internet trolls, I'm for it. True. The combination of precise movement and silence creates a unique sense of tension in the air. The speed at which she moves her fists is hard to follow by eye, and her occasional jump kicks are razor sharp. This is from Haruka... Oh, okay. Man, you just, the second somebody's in the game, you're like, looking up that voice. Huh, that's cool though. But they seem kinda weak. Maybe that's because she looks like a little boy? Or katas like this no matter who does them. Anyhow, why is she practicing at a time like this, and in her school uniform no less? She lets out a kind of cute shout as she thrusts her fist in front of her. She straightens out and bows. I guess she's done. She wipes the sweat from her brow like she's just finished a hard day's work and turns to exit the gymnasium. That's when she notices me. Ah! Our eyes meet. To be honest, we aren't familiar enough to exchange morning greetings. Heck, I have no idea if she knows who I am. I only know who she is because I pointed my phone at her. But now that we've clearly made eye contact, I can't just walk away without saying anything. I decide to greet her. Morning, Daitoku-san. Os. Yashio-kun. Aren't you getting wet standing there? She seems to remember my name at least. Yeah, a little. Then, were you watching the whole time? I was. I see. That's embarrassing. she starts squirming, her face bright red. She looks even more like a small animal now. Do you always do this around this time? No, just today. My little brother came down with a cold this morning, so I couldn't practice at home. Huh? So, could you not tell anyone about what we just saw? Why not? Well, it's a simple request, dude. Because it's embarrassing. It is? It is. For some reason, we stand silently for a while. It's somebody you don't know, you have no reason to dislike, and she was just like, hey, don't tell anyone we saw here. You literally just go around your day. She sounded familiar, that's fair. And that would explain why she sounded familiar, to be fair. This is really awkward, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, more importantly, the first bell's already rang. I need to leave before the teacher comes by. Oh, right. So I'll be going now. Juna Daitoku says hurriedly and runs off towards the entrance. Her steps are light, like she has springs in her feet. From behind, she looks like a junior high boy wearing a sailor uniform. It's kind of charming. You get it. It's like the third time in her introduction to be like, looks like a boy, looks like a boy, looks like a boy. We get it. We get it. Chill. I glance outside the window and see no sign of the rain stopping. It's been coming down hard since this morning. It's a little chilly in short sleeves. But hey, it's finally lunch break. I watch my classmates pull their lunches out from their bags. The class rep stands in front of the blackboard. I'll be collecting money for lunches now. Now what should I do? It's raining, but I'm thinking I'll just grab some bread at Mizuka-san's store and... It's so chill. Yeah. Class 3-2, Robot Research Club members Akio Senomiya-san and Kaito Yashio-kun, please come to the faculty room. I repeat, Robot Research Club members Akio Senomiya-san and Kaito Yashio-kun, please come to the faculty room. What? I'm momentarily dumbfounded by the sudden broadcast. Akio quickly stands up from her seat. This makes me think of the Danganronpa body discovery time. Yeah, for sure. Especially hearing it in the context of a visual novel. When our eyes meet, she flashes me a triumphant grin. The time has come. Has it really though, Aki-chan? Our classmates are giving us weird looks. Nagashia, what in the world did you do? Maybe the Robot Club's finally getting disbanded? You should challenge the Vice President to a match to save your club. Ooh. I mean, that sounds perfectly in character if he cared enough about the money to save the club. Ignoring their heckling and questions, I shrug my shoulders as I exit the classroom. I mean, good idea if they'd agree to it. I feel like they'd be a fool to agree to it. Akio follows after me. She looks excited. You could say there's a twinkle of hope in her eyes. Her whole posture speaks to how happy she looks. The voice on that broadcast was Vice Principal Yusui, wasn't it? It's number 4. Oh, that would be great. Dunno, she wasn't freaking out, so I couldn't tell. This has got to be about the club budget. The Vice Principal is finally willing to meet with us. She's like, oh yeah, come to our office, sit down. Looks them both in the eyes and just says, no, go back to class. Oh, I'm getting hyped up. I don't know if this is the right time for optimism. Plus, why did I get called too? Obviously because you're in the Robot Club. Now let's go. I followed the high-spirited Akio to the faculty room, gently running my hand over my stomach. Couldn't this have waited till after I had lunch? Yeah. Excuse us. Akio yanks open the door and announces her arrival in a loud voice, boldly stepping to the faculty room. I politely nod to the faculty around us and follow her inside. As I explained, this whole thing started with Akio. In April, there was a student council meeting. Club budgets were to be determined there, so Akio attended and demanded a 10-fold increase to our funding. I did my best to stop her beforehand, but despite the club being a shadow of its former self, it was well funded. Other clubs complained about it all the time. Akio had to go and throw oil onto the fire. She refused to back down, and naturally the council had enough of it. Akio got in trouble once the VP caught wind. Things got worse when she started making her demands directly to the VP. They certainly didn't help that Akio wasn't the least bit repentant. In the end, the VP lost her mind over it. And so here we are, with all funding to the Robot Club on indefinite hold. Oh, they have no money. Clearly she wants us to cool our heads. And that about sums up the current state of affairs, got it? I know they said it was gutted, but I didn't realize it was straight up frozen, like nothing. Vice Principal, Robot Club members Akiho Senomiya and Kaito Yashio are here as asked. That looks like a Vice Principal, yep. The Vice Principal looks at Akiho and responds with silence. I retreat when faced with her intensity. Vice Principal Yusui started working at the school 4 years ago. I don't think I've ever seen her smile. She seems like the stubborn mom who'd be obsessed with how her kids are taught. She's always strict too. During assemblies, she barks her orders at the student body using the mic on stage. It's a sight to behold. People here are fairly easygoing, which makes her pretty unusual. But I guess there are faculty who don't live here. Nonetheless, the Vice Principal looks as menacing as always today. It's extremely clear to me that she's in an awful mood. You've also said you've never seen her smile, so isn't she always? I don't think this is going to go as well as Akiho seems to believe. This is about the club budget, right? Thank you for finally making a decision. We should get straight to the point. Considering our tight schedule, I'd like the money as soon as possible. As possible. Akiho's words and actions, while innocent, are putting me on edge. Who knows when the Vice Principal is going to flip her lid at this point? Senomiya-san, it seems you have yet to cool your head. Huh? Very well. I'd once again like to hear your justification for such a senseless club funding request. The fact that she's not getting angry is scary in and of itself. She'd normally start freaking out right about now, but this calmness makes me feel like she's in control. Not good. Haha, haven't I already explained my reasoning to you a bunch of times? That's why I said again. Akiho flashes me a troubled expression for just a moment, straightens up her back, and starts explaining. The Tokyo Expo takes place on February of next year. With robots from around the world set to appear there, this expo has already been nicknamed the Robot Expo by many. I should also check that out. Official name is Tokyo Expo 2020, Dream Creation Expo, scheduled to run from February through September in 2020. It's the third largest expo in Japan after Osaka Expo and Aichi Expo. Having successfully attracted people to the expo, Tokyo aims to launch a capital rebuilding plan. It's a lot more to that. It's a thing. It's fine. This is the important part. During the expo, there's going to be a contest held among all displays. There's gonna be a Grand Prix winner. They're gonna decide what the best robot in the world is among the entrants. Unlike previous expos, this one is open to the general public. We can compete too. So long story short, our club is entering our giant robot of justice, gun barrel prototype Model 1, into the expo. But with our current budget, there's no way we'll be able to finish it in time. In order to complete it in half a year, we need every last bit of money we can get. Yep, this is Akiho's reasoning. She's determined to enter our club into the Tokyo Expo. This is one dream she refuses to budge on. Hell, I want to support her too, if possible. But there are so many hurdles in the way. Senomiya-san, have you learned nothing? Your explanation just now is completely unchanged from the ones you gave me before. Yes, her goal and desires are the same as before. You being like, the fact that the person in charge here just freaks out and like starts snapping at people, it's really not a way to lead a school. Not a way to lead anything, but like, of course. Do you really think we're just going to give you money because you want to go to the expo? She's got a good point. And what has the Robot Club done lately? What achievements do you have to speak of? As for that giant hunk of metal, what have you done lately? We've made it sure that you have no money, no funding, and no ability to do anything. We've moved you to the most garbage club room on the entire campus. But if you can't show us you've done something, why should we do anything for you? It must work, clearly. The giant robot of justice gun barrel prototype Model 1, aka Gun Build 1. Call it what you will. That robot has been under construction for 8 years, yet still shows no sign of completion. Again, you've gutted our funding, you've taken away all of our club areas, like, which is exactly why we need the money to finish it in half a year. It doesn't matter how much money you get your hands on when you only have 2 club members to speak of. That's not true. I'll complete it no matter what. On what grounds? On the airport grounds, clearly. Through sheer willpower. I mean, you gotta admire it, but you also have to be like, she watches a lot of anime, yes. Unacceptable. Besides, does the robot have to be that large? You should build something more fitting of a student. Then you wouldn't require the excess funding you requested. But... Gun Build 1 is the crystallization of the Robot Club's sweat and tears. It's our dream to bring it to the expo. I can't back down on this. You're being preposterous. No, don't. You hear that sound, you're just like, no. Nobody ever likes to nobody ever likes to admit mistakes due to their own youth. Excuse me? She watches a lot, yes. Oh, man. Aki-chan, what are you saying? I know Akiho can get emotional. I know plenty well how strong her feelings are for the Robot Club. But this isn't how we win over the Vice Principal. The two of them glare at one another. If I'm not careful, I'll get dragged into their beef. The teachers seem to agree, as the faculty room is silent. Very well. Senomiya-san, how about this? Unexpectedly, the one to break the silence is the Vice Principal. I need to see results from the Robot Research Club. Results? The Robot Club exists because your sister did great things. That's why her association was promoted to a club. You should learn from her example. You know, her example where she had, again, drastically more funding, a much bigger club space to work with. All of these benefits we've taken away from you. Oh crap, I've got a bad feeling about this. That's a name. That's the gym teacher though, right? Yes. At the sound of the Vice Principal's sharp voice, Michi, dozing off at his own seat, jumps to his feet. He basically tumbles his way over to the Vice Principal's desk. Vice Principal, what do you need? That robot competition you mentioned the other day, explain it once more. Oh, Robo 1 is going to be held in Tokyo on the Saturday 2 weeks from now, or Sunday. Of course you're aware of this, Senomiya-san. Robo 1 is a hobby robot competition. Entrants from all over Japan pit their robots against each other in combat. So it's BattleBots, but it's bipedal BattleBots. Its history goes back over 15 years, and due to the robot boom, broadcasts of Robo 1 get high viewership ratings. The year that the Robot Club began as a student association, they won the championship in their debut appearance. Yet currently she doesn't sound all that bad. It's more the way they've talked about her in previous situations. That victory is what the Vice Principal was referencing earlier. That was a great thing that Misani did, convincing the school to promote, to promote the association into a club. Although these days it's just a past glory, they'll remain forever out of reach. You want us to enter? That's correct, but there's more. You must win. What? That's what it means to achieve something great. Oh, that's why she's calm and collected. She's like, okay, fine. You want the money? I'll give you a task that I think is impossible for you, and you'll have to stop bothering me, because you failed at the task I set out. She just wants to be left alone. If you can manage results like that, the school will consider your funding proposal. Consider it and then say no anyway. However, should you lose... Oh, they're definitely going to disband the club. The Vice Principal clears her throat, seemingly creating a dramatic pause on purpose. The Robot Club will be disbanded effective immediately. You either get the money or you go away. I see, so that's her aim, eh? Pretty underhanded tactics for an adult, I gotta say. The large robot you've been building will also be disposed of as scrap. Why? Why? That's just mean. It's literally in a rent-free place that nobody goes to and nobody cares that it's there. Why would you get rid of it? because they want to make some amount of money off his answer. But like, that's just mean. Wait, that's a bit, you see, even he's like, hey, I'm not even super invested in this, but that's a bit much. We'll do it. What? We just have to win, right? That's a promise. You definitely have to keep your word. Huh. The problem is she never said she would give you the money. She said they would consider your proposal. And all it takes is just being like, no. She's considered it. Of course I will, and the Robot Club must adhere to these conditions as well. It's impossible. Robot 1 isn't the same as when Misane competed, plus neither me nor Akio has even been in a competition like that. In other words, this whole situation was manufactured specifically to crush us. Yep. This is kind of End of discussion. She swats me down like I'm a fly. I look toward Michi for help. However, he's standing at attention and grimacing. Wait, are his eyes closed? You damn traitor. What a useless advisor. Excuse me. Also, wrong button. I feel like we just haven't had a lot of save points. I mean, I could save at any point, I just haven't been. Akio bows deeply and exits with squared shoulders. Excuse me. I leave the savage atmosphere of the faculty room and take a deep breath. This is real bad, I think to myself as I rub my exceedingly empty stomach. Oh, one of them thinks it's bad. The red and green choices, yeah, obviously. Akio still has a stern expression on her face. That said, speaking of... Aha, you can just bring up your phone at any time. Damn it! I wanted to play a game. Oh, hey. Check your location on the Lude map. Alright. Oh, we can use... Oh, this is where the motion controls come in. Okay. I can turn those off, but it works. Sadly, it seems like cat ear mode is gone permanently. Ah well. Laundry, let's see. Pro tip, the atmosphere in the teacher's lounge is tense. Staying quiet in the corner is the way to go. Seriously. Copped a rare thin book from 12 years ago. My heart is getting heated up. It costed about $800. Paid in cash. No problem. Jeez. Laundry isn't drying in this rain. Alright, I just figured I'd check that now that you were like, oh yeah, phone trigger stuff. I was like, ah. Yeah, no mail to respond to. But I'm sure if we did, we'd accidentally insult somebody. Akio still has a stern expression on her face, standing with her fists clenched tight. I don't want Akio to push herself too hard. Neither of us are in this physical condition for that. Also, hey Topaz, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland chat. Yeah, $800 casually. Aki-chan, how about we grab some grub? I'll win no matter what. That's not gonna happen. How could we possibly just show up and win? I saw the New Year's Eve tournament online. The robots were all incredible. Pick the worst styling option when the time comes. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Robot 1 isn't something... You will somehow find the lewd option in this game. Isn't something you just join and win on a whim. We have literally nothing working in our favor right now. It's like, what did I say, 2 weeks away? Yep, there it is. Yeah. It's not possible, Aki-chan. We are a no-go on the go... We are a no-go on the go-no-go decision. I repeat myself, just to confirm it. The Robots Club is finished. It's impressive that we held out this long. I want Akio to give up. There's nothing wrong with taking it easy. The moment you give up is the moment that achievable dreams become unachievable. Aki-chan, we don't even have a hobby robot. I do like the fact that at any point we could just be like, augmented reality, look around. Can we like zoom or anything? Like they've got a oh, yes. Just awkwardly, zoom in. Like, hello. Ooh. It is weird though that if I tilt it left, Like, this is my left-hand side. It moves the camera right. If I tilt it to my right-hand side, it moves the camera left. But up is up and down is down. It's weird that only left and right is inverted. Normally I'm used to like up and down being inverted, if anything. I could probably change it. I don't care, it's just unusual. Oh? I can tell. Oh, hold on. I did actually want to check one other thing through that. It did have a nameplate for her. Aha! Oh, this is how he. Okay. Akiho Senomiya. Born 4/13/2001, age 18. Blood type A. Lives in. Yep. It even shows school and what course and what classroom. Oh, that is too stalkerish. That's too powerful. For a game thing, it's fine, but like, for not a game thing, like that's too much power to have on somebody's phone. I can tell by the look on her face that she's finally realized that simple fact. That's, yeah, for IRL that would be super creepy. You seriously accepted the VP's terms without thinking about them? Oh man, I wish I'd done that on like the vice principal scene stuff. Now we're gonna have to do that when new people show up, right? Kai, what should we do? Don't ask me. Jeez, you're so lazy. At this rate, the club's gonna be broken apart. Wait, no! I won't give up, it's fine, it'll work out. After all, positive thinking is my only redeeming quality. Akiho slaps both of her cheeks in an attempt to pump herself up as she tries to convince herself it'll all be okay. Storm and surge, blast of spirit. Yup. In the middle of the hallway, she suddenly thrust her fist in the air. Come on, you do it too, Kai. No thanks. Come on, do it. Not happening. It's way too embarrassing. Everyone around us is giving us looks. Some recognize us as the Robot Club and immediately understand. Oh. Oh man. You gotta have somebody, Chuni, and just go with it. If you want me to do it, face me in Kill Ballad. You know, that is for sure gonna kick his butt at some point during this game, right? He's gonna be like, fine, you want me to do something? Beat me in this game. And so I'm just gonna be like, okay. Damn, I couldn't get a single good crack into that. Damn it. Not one? Alright, fine. No way. In that case, I'm gonna go buy lunch. See ya. He's only 5th. Yeah, there's 4 people in the world better than him. I'm sure they all go to his school. My stomach is at its limits, so I leave Akiho and hurry off. Blast of spirit! To be honest, I'm not seeing much spirit. I open my umbrella and make my way towards the convenience store. Even Akiho is clearly... She's number 1, but she's using like a Smurf account to just mess with him and throw games every time. And she's just gonna take off the weighted training clothes one time and be like, oh yeah, by the way. Dreams, huh? Akiho's dream is to enter Gun Barrel Prototype Model 1 into the Expo and win the Grand Prix. It's fine to have dreams, but right now we're like frogs in a well. Heck, even down in a well you wouldn't feel this sucky. Having your dreams come true is great and all. But if everyone's dreams came true, the world probably wouldn't run right anymore. Only a handful of people can make their dreams come true. Doing cracks knuckles to a challenge. See, for me it doesn't hurt, but there's plenty of times they just don't crack. Sometimes I go like that and you get a nice satisfying like pop 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 pop, and sometimes it's just like dead silence. The overwhelming majority of people in the world have no choice but to give up on their dreams. I'm no exception to the rule. Akiho was willing to push herself to the limit from the very beginning. She's the type who charges into things face first without even considering her body's condition. That's how she's always been. To be honest, I want to hold her by the back of the collar and stop her. Knuckles, knuckles, and knuckles. Starving. Wait, the bell's ringing? Is lunch break over already? I don't have time to go to Mizuka-san's store. This sucks. As soon as I complained, my stomach growls again and I dejectedly return to the classroom hungry. After school, I plant myself firmly in the empty classroom and munch on some bread while diving deep into KB. Who? A friend of a friend for many years was named KB, so that sentence definitely hit differently than they anticipated. Nicknamed, not named, but Akiho went off with Michi somewhere and hadn't come back. Doesn't have a minimum attendance. Yeah, no, he shows up to school and like he was a few minutes late because he went to go buy snacks, but like relatable. During our afternoon classes, she seems to be there in body but not spirit. I hope she's okay. As the only other member of the robot club, I should really be there for Akiho, but in truth, I don't actually want to help. Whoops. I mean, he did make it clear to both her and everyone from the start, like, I'm a fighting game guy. Also, hey, Potions, protagonist of this game is a big fighting games player, by the way. He apparently has a reaction time of 4 frames, which is, you know, realistic. Yeah, no, he plays the anime, basically a Gundam mobile game. I don't know if they'll let us actually pop it up. He, to the point of, like, if somebody wants him to do something, he's like, fine, beat me in this fighting game first, though. And yeah, no, we definitely haven't, Ramen. This is clearly a trap laid by the VP. We have no way of coming out of the top of this, so my efforts would be wasted. That's why he doesn't even really want to be in the robotics club. He wants to be in the gaming club. Well, I don't even know if they have a gaming club. He just wants to sit and play his fighting game. Between matches, I stretch out and cast my gaze out the window. Huge raindrops fall from the sky relentlessly. What should I do? I'm certain Akiho isn't just going to take this sitting down, so I need to come up with a plan of my own. My number one priority is to keep Akiho from pushing herself too hard. That should go before it really turns into a downpour. At the end of the day, it's common for people to keep putting off the problems that are right in front of them. I don't know what you're talking about. Whoa, way too expensive. Can't help but voice my thoughts. Since it's lunch break, I'm chowing down on some food while looking over a hobby robot site. It's a URL that Akiho sent, but I draw back in my seat just looking at some of the numbers on the screen. Yeah, jeez. Some of those cost a decimal point more than a literal, like augmentation, like mech outfit, whatever. Like, yeah, you could buy an exoskeleton, that's what I was looking for a tenth of the cost. Yeah. These prices aren't something a high school student can afford. The cheapest one is around 30,000 yen. When you look at the high end, some robots go for over 200,000. Those are pre-made kits after all, it's normal. They're essentially finished products. But still, they're way cheaper than they were 5 years ago. That's not a mobile suit. No, it's not. Akiho had already finished her own lunch and stands imposingly in front of my desk as she explains. If you get the parts and build it yourself, it'll be even cheaper. I mean, even cheaper is great, but you're still not talking cheap. Is that what you plan to do? With only 2 weeks left, there's no time for that. Akiho sadly looks up at the ceiling. Defend perfect reaction? I don't know. He's talked about it. We know that there's apparently about 20 million active players of this game, and he is ranked 5th. That's about what we know, and he claims to be able to react to things with a 4-second, within like 4 frames. Not 4 seconds, 4 seconds, as you see. Can he parry Chun-Li's super? I mean, this is clearly a Gundam fighting game, so I don't even know if they know who Chun-Li is, clearly. Then they're going to buy a kit and 5th in Smash, yeah. It's not possible either. I asked my mom yesterday for an advance of my New Year's money, but she said she's only willing to do $100. Yeah, that's reasonable. The bottleneck is the lack of time before the competition. We don't even have time to work part-time jobs. Then it's settled. Robo 1 is a no-go. You big jerk. Akiho starts messing up my hair again. Part of me hopes that you get some sort of reward for doing, like, platinuming the game or something like that, and it's the cat ear mode is permanent. He needs his hair pristine for fighting, yeah. Yeah, they have a straight up animation for it. 2 strands of my hair fall into the rice in my lunchbox. How can you play Third Strike with messy hair, right? Quietly pluck. Oh, hold on, it's a new day. I keep forgetting we should check Twitter. I'll be at the bus stop. Gotcha. Watched. Geiger. I don't know what show they could be referencing there. She watched Geiger this morning. That could be any anime. That could be anything under the sun. Who knows what she's referencing? Good taste in anime, though. I say as somebody who's never actually watched it, but yeah, no. The Exoskeleton Company is currently running a campaign to celebrate 3 million Hug Series units sold. Okay, it's the same thing we heard yesterday. Alright, cool. Can we do a fighting game at lunch? No. Still no documents, web. I don't know, I feel like I don't want to miss anything here. Are there other students? Motion controls are weird. I don't hate them, and I can turn them off. To be fair, I can absolutely just turn them off. And apparently even if I just hold my hand still, I can just thumbstick. So it works. I quietly pluck them out with my fingertips. Don't do that while I'm eating! They sure don't let you play much. Well, he plays it off camera, it's fine. Why are you always so quick to give up, Kai? We need to struggle more! Well, if you hurry and come up with a solution, I'd be fine and dandy with being more positive. I'm saying this because I have come up with one. Goddamn clue what she's referencing. I know, right? It could be anything. Anything at all. Akio puffs up her chest in pride. So that explains her happy-go-lucky mood this morning. Oh, I hit circle by mistake. Alright, Madam President, tell me what the plan is. You want to know? If you do, then you'll have to beat me in a match of Kill Ballad. I'm down. It's not like I have any chance of losing to you. Yeah, apparently that's his thing. He's like, oh, you want me to do something? Beat me in this game. Apparently she claims that she's 0-400 against him. He claims that she's fudging the numbers. It's way worse than that. I was just trying to copy you as all cheese. I shrugged my shoulders and put a rolled egg in my mouth. Anyway, listen up. We're going to revive the honorary prez. I ended up swallowing the barely chewed egg in my mouth. Heh, great idea, right? Please don't tell me you're referencing the same Tenchi Machine 3 that's collecting dust in the club room. That's the one. Player can command crab from a red parry, calling right. See, the thing is, I also said the same thing. Maybe not in quite those words. I definitely was like, she's clearly hiding her #1 status. She's playing on a Smurf account, and one day when it really matters, she's just gonna take off the weighted training clothes, swap to the #1 account, and kick his butt. Just to do it. The former Robo 1 champ returns after 9 years. Get hyped! Yeah, if technology hadn't increased in any way in 9 years. Akio thrust her fist towards the ceiling, and our classmates shower her in cold glances. She can parry Chun-Li's super. Yep. It's true that #3 is something of a legend. It's Misa-Ne's brainchild, or nay, and the very same robot that won Robo 1. It now decorates the club room as the honorary prez. But to be frank, it's an antique. Yeah, a decade-old competitive fighting robot wouldn't be competitive a decade later. Since the robot boom began 5 years ago, tech know-how has evolved. I doubt we could win with a pre-boom machine. Besides... Oh yeah, potions. This game released in 2012, but it takes place in the far-flung future of 2019. The far-flung future. Released in 2012, but this version was released, like, we got it in the States last year, but that's it. Does it even work? It doesn't, but it will after an overhaul, I think. Also, it's a maintaining machinery. Take apart, clean, and exchange parts to make it basically new. 2019, the future. I stuffed some sausage into my mouth. Make sure to chew it properly and swallow before going on. Well, do whatever you think you need to. There you go again, acting like this is someone else's problem. It's not like there's anything I can do to help anyway. This is Akio we're talking about. She'll stubbornly try to fix that antique no matter what it takes. Oh yes, struggles to do a setup. We're all so innocent then. Yup. I'll just watch over her progress. After the sausage, I put a pickled plum into my mouth. Its sour flavor spreads out over my tongue, and I can't help but pucker my face in response. Kai? Akio suddenly bends forward towards me. She's too close. Aki-chan, do you want to kiss or something? No, no. You'll help me with the shopping at least, right? Shopping? For parts and stuff. Well, I guess I could. Also, give me one of your apple slices. I wish you'd get a clue about how the people around her feel. I wanted those apple slices. Central school, the teacher room. Oh yeah, hold on. Now that we know we can do it, the manual for Tanagashi Machine 3. Oh, I can't open the phone here. I wanted to look at his stats, but we can't. Yeah, I looked through the club's inventory, but I couldn't find it. Oh, because we're playing as her. That's why. Yeah, it did say we changed perspectives. After school in the faculty room, I crouched down and snuck my way between the desks to avoid the VP. Michi's desk was a total mess and it smells weird. And since it's been raining all day, everything's real musty. Can't help but grimace at the scent. Well, your sister made that thing, so if it's not at school, it'll probably be at your house. Pro tip. You're not sure, Michi? Michi has a long history with the club. He was part of the association and was even the club's first president. When number 3 won Robo 1, Michi was the one who took the award. There's still a commemorative photo by the entrance. And now he serves as the club's advisor. That's why I'd been hoping he'd know anything and everything there was to know about the Robot Club, but... Now, do you really expect people to remember where they put something a decade ago? Yeah, I don't remember like a day ago, so that's fair. Not really, but... There you have it. This April, the Robot Club was moved from the tech prep room to the equipment storage space in the courtyard. Excuse me. Most of the club's inventory is still packed into boxes and stacked up inside of it. You gotta go get killed by robots again? Yeah, no worries. Have a good time with it. Enjoy. While I was the one who packed it all up, I honestly don't remember if I saw the manual at the time. Well, I guess progress is progress. Now I know it could be at home. Alright. In order to pump myself up, I pumped my fist into the air, despite still being crouched down. Oh man. All about it? Ooh, even better. Hell yeah. No, if I end up needing parts, you're chipping in. Since you're our advisor and all, I'm expecting good things. Hey, little Senomiya, there's just one thing I want to tell you. Huh? What? There's a certain saying, I really like it, so I want you to remember it well. Relying on others leads to no good. Do everything you can on your own, even if you make mistakes, you can wear those failures as badges later. What do you think? Pretty good, right? Oh damn, alright, that's... I mean, I already knew you were looking forward to the game, but like, it seems it is surpassing expectations. Are you saying you're not going to pay up? That's exactly what he's saying. I'm over here doing my best to find a way to win, so hearing him assume I'm going to fail makes me angry. This is part of education. It's painful to me too. I can sympathize, little Senomiya. Can you stop calling me that, Michi? Then how about you quit it with the Michi stuff? It's Naga Fukata-sensei, got it? Pro tip, if you pay respect to your teachers, they might be more willing to do stuff for you later. I don't think I've ever heard a teacher say pro tip. Whatever, it was a mistake to expect anything out of you, Michi. Bye. I hurriedly flee the faculty room. I'm fairly certain the VP was glaring at me the whole time, but I pay her no mind. It's a smidgen of a wait, you know, yeah. The gloom and doom sets in as I return to the classroom. Being club president sure is a lonely job. Up until now, I never really had much experience in leadership roles, you know, stuff like class rep or group leader. I automatically became the Robot Club president when I became a third year, but nothing's been going right for me. The reason our reputation is in the mud is because of my beef with the student council and vice president. The more I think about it, the more my stomach starts to hurt. Ugh. It isn't over yet. I say out loud, trying to force myself to feel better. Hey. Oh man, why did I have to run into him now of all times? I spent over a year trying to get him to join our club because he'd be a rad addition to the team, but... Hey, Falco. Oh, very cool. I'm enjoying it so far, but yeah, the plan is still to go through all of the mainline ones. I'm not doing all the spin-offs. mostly because a lot of them never released here. There's apparently multiple versions of Chaos Head, and at least one canonical spin-off where it's a dating sim, but none of those have been localized, and that one in particular was also not even on PC, I don't believe. It was PS3 and Xbox exclusive. I don't care enough for that, I'm sorry. But the main series we're going through. I still can't handle Hidaka-kun. I've legit never encountered such a jerk of an underclassman before. Heyo, Hidaka-kun, since you're here and all, how about joining? This is how I follow while going to playing Chaos Head. No, I've at least seen the name pop up. I feel like you maybe said like one thing, but I remember the name popping up. But either way, hope you're enjoying it at least. And a welcome. It's over, isn't it? Huh? You said something about it not being over, but it sounds like you're trying to flee from your club's reality. You heard me talking to myself. This is a wee bit embarrassing. If possible, I'd love to erase the last 2 minutes from his memory. Now, normally, our conversation would end here. Hidaka-kun never sticks around to talk to me. But today is different. Instead, he's the one who approaches me. I heard you plan on entering Robo 1. How did you know? The rumors already spread around the school. How? She probably just exclaims loudly. Yeah, that's... I'm not sure how I'll go about that one. Again, when the translation's done, maybe if I can find a way to get it legally, I'll do it after we finish the mainline games as like a, oh, here's a last extra bonus feature point. But if I can't find a way to get it legally, maybe I'll just go off camera too. Because I don't want to stream anything I can't acquire legally and don't own. I feel like that is a bad decision. Whereas, like, I bought Chaos Head. I bought it from a Japanese website. I got the official license for it and everything, but then I just applied the translation patch. Oh, well, that's right. And if we don't win, the Robot Club is finished. It's hopeless then. Quick and to the point. But yeah, if nothing else, I want to see what some of those other routes are they added in that one. Hidaka-kun's saying the same thing that Kai said. Is it? You can't know until you try. I happen to know a thing or two about Robo 1. Absolutely no depression or trauma. Oh, I'm sure not. Copy the Xbox 360 files. Yeah. Maybe I'll just... Yeah, that's... Oh, so that was another one that wasn't released on PC? Ah, boo hiss. Boo hiss. Okay. It's one of those things I figured I'd look into when it was done. Ah, that's a shame. Who knows, maybe if I can find a way, we'll see, we'll see. I happen to know a thing or two about Robo 1. Yeah, he got 3rd place the one time he entered. Ah, that's right. Hidaka-kun entered Robo 1 solo when he was in junior high and made it to 3rd place. This is exactly why I was trying to convince him to join the club. How could I forget something so important? Excuse me. That is really cool. However, I still wouldn't consider that a legally acquiring the game. Very useful if I'm playing things off camera or for people, you know, in general. But we'll see. In theory, if I can just find like a used copy of like in Japanese for like Xbox 360 and buy that, I'd have no qualms about installing the PC version just as ease of streaming. Just the engine. Alright, we'll see what happens. It's one of those things I'll worry about as we get closer. Thankfully, the next handful of games we have are all on PlayStation. Super easy. This must be destiny. I could feel my blood pumping as I accidentally voiced my thoughts. I pay little attention to Hidaka-kun's cold gaze. Hidaka-kun, the time has come for you to use that experience of yours for the sake of the Robot Club. The moment I finish speaking, Hidaka-kun shifts his gaze in another direction. I follow his eyes and land at the glass showcase for all the trophies and awards that the various clubs have won. Among them is the group photo of the Robot Research Association, back when they won Robo 1 9 years ago. Do you have any experience building hobby robots? No. Nada! But I do have experience building much bigger robots. Well, to be precise, I haven't actually finished anything. You know how it is. And do you think that's good enough to win the championship? I recommend not underestimating Robo 1. His words bite. It almost feels like he's stuck a needle in my heart. It's a sharp, prickly sort of pain. I'm so shocked by his aggressive words that I can't say a word. The other entrants would have started prep nearly half a year ago. They'll be bringing their best machines. There's no chance that a third-rate amateur like you, entering out of nowhere with zero prep, could ever win. I mean, he's not wrong, though. And unlike Kai, he does know he entered. It's nonsense. I managed to put my emotions back in order, then take a deep breath. So, what are you in? So what, are you entering the tournament then? No. You haven't competed since that one time, right? Why not? It has nothing to do with you. He spits out his response and abruptly tries to leave. Like heck I'm gonna let someone younger than me talk smack and just leave. I feel like a pushover. I could just get one decent comeback in. And so the words just fly out of my mouth. For the record, miracles aren't things you wait for, they're things you make happen yourself. I hide my anger behind a calm expression, wiggling my finger in the air like a pendulum. Wait, pendulums are like down though, right? This is a metronome. You see that sort of thing? You see that? Let me finish having a stroke real quick and try that a 5th time. You see that sort of thing all the time in robot anime, right? Like Gun Barrel, for example. That's because Gun Barrel is for kids. It nearly bored me to sleep when I watched it. Oh, these two are never going to get along. Like, not that I ever thought they were going to get along, but that really cements it. The story was absolute garbage, so I dropped it after season... Oh no. She might kill a man. Suddenly we take a hard turn into violence. Whoa, hold on. I can't let that one slide. My heart's ablaze now. I'm pretty sure there are literally flames burning in my eyes now. Robot anime is all about dreams, hope, and romantic ideals. Okay, so maybe that one anime with him isn't at all about this stuff, but that's an exception. That one anime with him. Dreams, hope, and romantic ideas. Oh, it's gotta be Ava. No, it's gotta be Ava. Yeah, no, it's Ava. In fact, he's the only exception. That line of thinking is exactly why, despite the robot boom, Japanese robot anime is still treated like kids' fodder. We need robot anime with more refined and philosophical plots, more realism with a militaristic feel. So he wants Gundam and Rick and Morty to have a child and be an anime. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Robot shows are treated like kid shows. I mean, fair, but I don't want any of that. Robot anime is supposed to get kids excited and hyped. He's an intellectual. How childish. You're not even worth debating. The real robot stories you talk about have people dying left and right. It's depressing. It's literally real robot versus super robot up in here. Real robot? What's that supposed to mean? You know, like how we have super robots and real robots. I gotta side with Akio. I gotta side with her wholeheartedly. So good they managed to do the one thing no other has been able to. Oh, what's that? Tell me your definition of super and real then, if you have one. It's more a vibe you get, yo, man. Never really given it much thought. It's more like a kind of feeling you get. I guess real robots are the ones that seem like they could exist? I'll be taking my leave. I know I've said this many times, but could you refrain from speaking to me ever again? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's... To be fair, I've never actually seen an episode of Rick and Morty. I only know the memes of the vocal viewer base. I know nothing of the show other than one or two quotes, because they get quoted a lot, but like, giant piloted mech suit, not the character becoming the suit. Oh, okay, interesting. I want nothing to do with the Robot Club. Hey, wait! I hurriedly tried to stop Hidaka's-kun. What if I do? This will just drag out our conversation. And the reality is that when it comes to this subject, we're on two parallel lines that'll never intersect. With that in mind, I resist the urge to chase after him. But once my flame is lit, it doesn't go out so easily. I'm assuming this is going to be about who his voice is. Because he was a spoiled brat! I finally managed to shout out from the depths of my soul. Gonna have to time that out for a second. It all comes together. Which of course results in all the students nearby having a good laugh at me. Hold on, wait. There's a command to purge chat, but I don't know what it is. It's too late now, the damage has been done. Damn it. Still shows up on my head. It's fine. I was just for the jokes anyway, but damn you, better Twitch TV and making Twitch better. Which of course results in all the students nearby having a good laugh at me as they head home. Back in the club room, I started to take the Tanegashimi Machine 3 apart, but I struggled to focus with all my energy drained. I haven't ranked up in a while. Yeah, he said it's been a while. I can't help but whine a little as I cast my gaze at the Kill Ballad leaderboards. White Bean Guy. Hold on. Boodoo Boo. Jack on Hammer. Taggy Ringer. Bob Lee 1983. Hana Sono 1991. Takano Ai 1998. On weekends, I get to play KB without anyone interrupting me. I've gone many a weekend without eating or sleeping. Don't get me wrong, I love to play video games too, but eating and sleeping are very important, and I just, like, there's been plenty of times where I've been super engrossed in a game, but then my stomach rumbles and I go, cool, let's break for food real quick. In fact, weekends are when I focus on increasing my win rate against the top rankers, the short path to ranking up. That said, I'm still in 5th place. In the end, it doesn't matter how many times I defeated low-ranked players. I gotta beat the top to move up. Flavor attempts to hide, damn it. Been caught permanently now. But so far, I haven't been able to matchmake with any of them. Stop running away, damn it. You're in the top 5 for Christ's sake. I complain to nobody in particular as I get ready to start another match. Excuse me. Kaito, come out of your room. I need you to deliver something to the Senomiyas. And hiccup violently into the microphone. I hear Mom, Fumiko at age 42. Why would you just introduce your mom's age off the top of your head? But he has a living parent, that's rare. Call me from the kitchen. Mom and I are usually the only ones home. Dad pilots the only flight connecting our airport and Tanegashima Airport, so he's away half the week, like right now. Now she's got me running errands for her? Curse you, Mom. Why must you steal away my precious me time? And she wants me to go out like this in this crazy rain? Come on. I slide my room door open, stick my head out, and yell back towards the kitchen. Not now, Mom. I'm playing video games. You want me to run errands? Beat me. God damn it. Beat me and Kill Ballad. Yeah, we've never heard any other parent with a speaking line, have we? In the 2 games prior. We know some parents exist. No, sorry, we absolutely have. We absolutely have. Christina's dad had a few speaking lines. But yeah, that's it really. We know Okabe had parents. They were never shown or heard. We know Mayuri had parents, but we only ever heard her talk about her grandma. And circumstances in Chaos Head, we had references of parents who weren't actually... yeah. Enough yapping, just go, I'm busy here. As for what she wants me to deliver, tea leaves. She wants me to go share them with the Senomiya families, and she got a bunch from their relatives. It's all thanks to this dumb errand that I've lost like 3 sets worth of combat time. Fortunately, Akio's house is next to mine. Although because of the farmland between our homes, I have to walk about 50 yards to get there. From the front yard, I can see that Akio's room on the 2nd floor is lit up. Hello, Kaito here. I slide the unlocked door open and casually stroll in. Akio's mother, Auntie Tamaki, comes out to greet me. She seems quite pleased by the tea leaves I hand her. I hear thumping noises coming from the 2nd floor. What in the world is Akio doing? Might as well see what's up. That is exactly the room I expected her to have. That's mostly the left-hand side of it, yep. What's up? I witness Akio's head stuck in the closet with her butt facing me. Hey, casual outfit. Kai, is that you? What are you up to? Without answering me, Akio pulls out a cardboard box from the closet. I'm looking for TM3's manual, but I can't find it. And anyway, how many times do I need to tell you to knock? What if I was changing? More importantly, got any candy? Asking the important questions. In one ear and out the other. Akio gets up and picks up a pack of space candy sitting on the floor. Yeah, I got one. Knew you had some. I'll pay you back later. I've never returned the favor. This exchange is kind of like a ritual between the two of us. I came to a room to get a space candy from her. Heck, I'm probably the only one on this island who actually likes the stuff. People don't seem too big on the flavor. Even Akio thinks they're gross and won't touch them. The only reason why there are packs of space candy in her room in the first place is so she can give them to me. Space candy is space dandy. I can't even remember when this little ritual of ours started. But as long as there's a stock in here, I'll always be welcome to barge into this teen girl's domain whenever I want. Weird, I know, but that's just how I happen to interpret it anyway. Akio complains, but she never chases me out. Hence why I can drop in like this as if it were my own room. I unwrap the candy and toss it in my mouth. The fresh peppermint flavor expands and stimulates my nostrils. How can people not like this stuff? It's crazy good. It's basically one of the 7 wonders of the island. You know, every time I come here, I think about how extremely not girly your room is. Akio's walls are covered in old robot anime posters, and his shelves are lined with the now unavailable robot figures. The geotags in this room? Oh. Whoops. I should check those. It's bright outside. Just noticed. Thanks. Played about 10 hours. 108 to 7. Oh, that's disgusting. Lost several in a row due to a bad matchup. Sleep time. Morning. Max energy levels. Staying up again. Bad. Searching through my sister's phone. Oh, I can, okay, so we can reply to some. Reply on Twipo for the first time. Well, the first non-story related required time. I should start at the top then, shouldn't I? Receive tea from my sister-in-law. There's a lot, so I'm going to share with my neighbors. I thought it was filming of a TV show, lol. On the streets of Ikebukuro, I saw a girl cosplayer dressed as a butler with thick-soled shoes fell over. Then a kid with long black hair, maybe in elementary, ran to the cosplayer and said, "Hurry and get up!" The cosplayer replied with, "Yes, master," and stood up. I couldn't help but scream, GJ. TM3, huh? So nostalgic. Wonder how long ago that was. Oh, jeez. Alright, he's got a lot of news. Jeez, he's got some news. I think it wasn't just because it was cheap. But, like, how do I know which one is the first one, then? Well, whatever. If smartphones didn't die and the phone droid didn't get popular, I don't think KB would have sold over 500,000. GGG game. They're talking about a game. I'd buy it at double price. I mean, it'd only be 230 yen. KB was a huge hit because it was cheap like Dojins, but the quality of the game was better than a full-price game too. Doesn't seem like the people at Pro FAQ, I'm assuming that's Game FAQs, care about making money. I think you'd break even at that point. When I asked Maguyan, they answered me politely. They're very nice. It's not Tweepo, won't respond even though I talked to them. A total of 5 members. They gotta be talking about the game. Only one who gets attention. Wonder what the other member are. Made a high quality game by themselves. Can they add me? They're still rich. 20 million downloads. You know, they're kind of an idiot. That's the definition of a winner. Seems like it's the old flow from @channel. What's up with how talks? Kind of pissed me off. Sometimes it stands up and has no guard up. I can't get Tagrin to crack. What am I supposed to do? They fight in a very unique way. High rankers are all just neats that only play game. Oldest ones are at the bottoms. Okay, so I'm backwards then. But at this rate, we're committed to this one. Yumi Show doesn't play at night. I mean, it makes sense they do it that way. I'm just doing it wrong then. Doesn't match my active time at all. Hovers rank 5 to 10. He's the one to go for. Ups and downs. Sometimes when they make mistakes, cut a game off in once, lost 3 times for it. You're calling world rank 1 and 5 idiots. Lol. Idiots with good reactions. Ooh. A few mistakes the top 3 make. Guess it just means you can't be on top unless you learn a lot. Just 4-digit ranker. Where the hell does he live? With the internet we have in 2019, there shouldn't be that much lag. I never get that much playing against someone from overseas. Top 3 are on such a different level. Can we... Okay, so we can check the leaderboard in-game. But this is the other reason. Zoom out. Amazing Invincible. Super Combine, sold by Hasbros. I Hasbros. Do you Hasbros? It's just Hasbros. Huguk #1, requested machine, sold by Banbai. Yes. I want... No, not her. Space Candy. Delivering you the freshness of space, sold by Space Candy Co. Limited. Super Smelly. Basic Franbear Super LL size. And last but not least, we got a minty candy that is sold at JAXA faculties or facilities and events, as well as the Kyushu area. Its catchphrase is delivering you the freshness of space, sold by Space Candy, which is 3 HQs. 3 HQs? For a candy company? Okay. Our computer said they don't display it, but if they did, you'd drown in robot anime info. Anyone who didn't know Akiho would assume this room belonged to a dude, or just somebody who really likes mecha. How many times do I have to tell you? This stuff gives me love, courage, and hope and justice. I'm keeping it all as is. Ah, right. Well, I guess Akiho can do whatever she wants with her own room. I sit on the chair backwards and lay my chest on the backrest. So, you're looking for a manual? The box says the box she's digging through contains small empty figure boxes and towels with robot illustrations on them. Yep, since this morning, but I just can't find it. Isn't it kind of pointless to look in your room, Aki-chan? If it was here, wouldn't it be in Misane's room? You didn't see the tweep? Akio lowers her shoulders and drops down on her bed. I scoured through Misa's room all morning, and she didn't find a thing? Where else could it be? In the shed or Dad's study, maybe. Either way, it sounds like a lot of work. But I could totally see it being in our old man's study. Heck, it was her dad that basically made Akiho into the robot anime fangirl she is. His study is filled with robot anime DVDs, Blu-rays, and even antiques like LDs. Laser discs, oh jeez. 30cm diameter disc that was popular in Japan during the early 1990s, mainly used for video media, but with the rise in DVDs it started to decline in popularity. If you've never seen a Laserdisc in person, they are comically huge. Like, it looks like a double-sided CD the size of vinyl, like a vinyl record. So like you can't get fingerprints on like either side of it. It's double-sided and it's huge. Just imagine a DVD player, but like for vinyls. It's insane. I've only seen them a few times in real life, and all for school things. They used to show us a few things on Laserdisc. Pretty sure we watched, oh, I don't remember the name. It was some mini-series about like people on a boat. We watched for some weird educational reasons. Oh, I'm sure they were. I never bought one or encountered them outside of school, but like, even if they were reasonably priced, just, it's so unwieldy. Like, that as soon as something like DVD came around, like, of course it was going to do better. Akio lies down on the bed, face up. Then, from that position, she stretches her arms and legs out. Gotta stretch. Ugh, I'm already beat. Really wish she wouldn't push herself like this. It gets me worried. I mean, you don't have to compete in Robo 1, do you? Huh? Winning is impossible, and if the club is done, maybe it's for the best. Better than struggling for no reason. What? Akio abruptly sits upright and lonesomely shakes her head in denial. That's not very power, friendship, hope, and dreams of you, bro. No way! If the club gets disbanded, it's all over! You might not be so invested in the robot club, Kai, but for me, it's an irreplaceable... Couldn't you just keep building your giant robot privately? You'd be able to finally liberate yourself from that. Well, the problem is she said she was going to scrap it, so no, you couldn't. You'd be able to finally liberate yourself from that annoying VP of ours and work on it however you like. Besides, it's not like this has to get done while you're still a student, Aki-chan. If you can get in the expo, great. But if not, it's not like you're gonna die. Instead of rushing this, why don't you take your time to build something high quality? If the club gets disbanded, Gun Build 1 will be scrapped. There's no reason for you to play by their rules. I'm sure you could negotiate a better deal. But listen, Kai. I don't know if the VP seems like somebody who would be like, yeah, I'm willing to negotiate. Akio just barely smiles. Why would she smile now? As a member of the Robot Club and as a student, I want to work this out. And you know what? You're right. If I keep building it on my own, I might be able to finish it one day. I think that's totally a legit way to go about this. I like that they sync it to the English, but I also keep fast forwarding just so I can read it at my pace anyway, but I like that that's an option. But I really want to go to the expo as a member of the Robot Club. I want to accomplish that in the next 6 months, no matter what I have to do. And if it still doesn't work out after 6 months, it's not like I'm going to give up right then and there. This is the line I've drawn for myself. Akio's eyes shine with determination as she explains her motivations to me. I almost lose myself in those eyes. It's all about the club, eh? Is this about wanting to cherish the dream you inherited from Misane and the rest? This intangible thing that's been passed down from Misane, Michi, and the other founding members. Those eyes. Whose eyes are those? Damn it. Is that what's motivating Akio? Yeah, I feel like now any of the SciDB games that mention eyes or gaze, it's just gonna be like, what, war flashbacks, yeah? Is that what's motivating Akio? Misane in particular probably had a huge effect on her. This is the Robot Club in Gun Build 1 that Misa built. Akio really does love Misane. Is this what they call a sister complex? Or maybe she still hasn't grown out of her attachment to her. Plus, a robot anime needs to be filled with dreams and romanticism. Akio says with a happy smile on her face as she poses dramatically. It all comes back to Taku. In just 6 months, we'll be graduating and leaving the island behind us. Most students from this island follow that path, whether they go to college or choose to look for a job instead. There are those like Michi or Mizuka-san who come back to the island, and the rest who don't, like Misane. Either way, once she leaves this island, Akio won't be able to just focus on building a robot. That's true, he was the first protagonist. Like, we played the game second, but that was out of chronological order. You said the other, or out of release order. You said the other day that all you've got are bots on the mind. But you really are thinking about the future, huh? I wonder, it sort of feels like all I think about is the robot club these days, huh? I guess I understand how Akio feels. I'm not going to be a jackass and keep pushing back on this. Well, in that case, good luck. I'll be taking my... Just before I can say leave, Akio grabs my wrist. Hold up. Huh? Aki-chan, don't tell me. If she's stopping me here, that must mean... Help me find the manual, Kai. I mean, of all the things you could ask for, that's not that bad. It's not like, hey, build this robot with me. I knew it. You're already here, so you might as well, right? You can stay for dinner tonight. You seriously intend on searching till nighttime? Until she finds it, I guess. Fine, I guess I'll help. Plus, I get Auntie Tamaki's food out of this deal. Unfortunately, even after searching long and hard, we fail to locate the manual. Whew. Glad it's sunny today. Well, I saw that. Can't hide that from me. Conda Super Cub. Registered on 3/23/2019. Registration number. Nope, not that one. Conda Super Cub again. Now Mitsui 3/13/2018. Registration number. You can zoom really into those. But it is weird that some of those don't show up unless you're zoomed in, so I guess they gotta occasionally zoom into things. Oh, we can't see the license plate, of course. Alright. It's sunny, it feels good. I want to go to the beach. Oh, we have options. Okay, hold on. Thinking about it, haven't gone to the beach in years, maybe since Misane was still on the island. Don't go out by yourself just because it's sunny. Did you buy a sexy swimsuit? Try hard. What are we picking? It's been a while. Don't go by yourself. Try hard. I didn't realize we had options in some of the other ones I would have asked. I think we only did one reply anyway, so just whatever. Aki Popo Poon. Red. Which one is red, though? I mean, that one's red, right? Obviously. That's clearly the red option. Try hard. Welp, it's been decided. You're not picking up, still sleeping? I guess I'll go. Akiho Senomiya, going out. Overhauling the club room by myself on a Sunday. For real? Did you buy yourself a... yeah. Oh. It's okay to do club activities on the weekend, but the supervisor doesn't need to be there. What do they think of workers working under low income? Pro tip. To do hard work, moderate breaks are needed. Robo 141 Finals broadcasted. Who will be the one to stop Mr. Pleidius' three-peat? Oh, I thought that was going to be a... yeah. We can't click on those links or anything, right? Nope. R041 is at the Odaiba Expo Arena, right? It's the opening event. First NYE broadcast. The energy level from the grand finals is unreal. Last year's had crazy matchups, made it feel like a festival. Last year everyone had a different look on their face. It was a national level event because it was a broadcast from NYE. Of course you can't mess up and want to show your best during it all. Having over 20% views is spectacular. Back then they aired a fighting event at the time the big music festival was going on. The ring is really small. I mean, it's a little dull since the 30cm robot is fighting 1v1, but you can only feel that vibe if you're in the venue. Energy level is ridiculous. Win again. Mysterious part of the film is fantastic. Is LGBT prey? He's good looking from the girl side too. Seems like he's pushing Devil Stronger and Master Armor this year.
For whom do you fight?
Dang it. Yep. Gaius is clearly LGBT prey. To listen 2 years in a row at finals, no one cared about a nice old man having a new rival to make it more exciting. Devil Stronger. As good as a rival, but wins a few female fans will go away. Their tickets sold out, maybe for the preliminary rounds, but for the final rounds you might need to line up. It's at the end of the month. What a weird time to host this year. I wonder what D's going to be used for.
Which is strange. is it not? Are the 12 otherwise
I keep checking these other things as if they're gonna matter, but...
understand they were your
Well,
protectors?
I'm sure they'll matter at some point. We can't do anything with them yet. Alright.
Why do you not report
And just cause we can...
got to know and call them down? They will answer. So long
Alright.
as you lavish them with crystals and gold.
Think to myself as I remove my helmet. The breeze feels nice and cool, perhaps due to yesterday's rain. The school grounds on Sunday are quiet. It's been a while since I've come to school on a day off. Damn it, that was my fault. That's also the wrong button. It's been a while since I've come to school on a day off on club business. It's definitely my first time this year. Excuse me. Honestly, I would much prefer to be lying around at home playing Kill Ballad. Yeah, we know. After seeing Akiho's tweet that read, "I'm so lonely," doing an overhaul at the clubroom, I came here. As soon as I saw that she was all by herself, I dragged myself over. What choice did I have? She'd be all alone. But see, but like, it shows that he's a decent person. Like, yeah, sure, she tweeted that out, but she didn't, like, she didn't call him up and be like, "You have to come here, you gotta help me." She was like, "Oh man, I'm doing all this stuff." He's like, I'll go keep her company. Look, my personal policy has always been that I never participate in Robot Club activities. But when it comes to everything else, I do my best to help Akiho out whenever she needs a hand. Unlike a certain Taku, Akiho and I are basically one body and soul at this point. We rarely do things separate from one another. Damn it, Akiho, have you forgotten about your attacks? Or maybe she's still salty about me beating her butt in KB last night. She knows I show no mercy. The lawn in front of the clubroom is still damp from yesterday's rain. Too bad, would have loved to lie down and game for a bit. I can see Akiho's back, though, through the open clubroom door. Yeah, so he's not necessarily here to help, but he's definitely here to be like, I'll keep you company. When I call out to her, she immediately recognizes my voice and comes outside. Huh? You came? Yep, brought you this. I toss her a bottle of Skull. After catching it, she raises the bottle up high in excitement. She immediately begins to chug it down. Seeing her drink it like it's the nectar of the gods or something is enough to put a smile on my face. A thin layer of sweat covers Akiho's forehead. I guess it's still hot inside the clubroom. Whew, that hits the spot. My usual seat of choice is too damp to sit on, so I settle for a clubroom chair. Sprawled out on the table is our honorary prez, disassembled. Akiho sits in front of the table and begins to further take it apart with screwdriver in hand. By the way, did you end up finding the manual last night? As I was leaving her house last night, Akiho proudly declared that she was going to continue her search. Yep, this is it. Oh, so she did find it. Okay. Base robot, lightweight, bunch of notes I can't read. Cool. Akiho holds up a notebook. Written on the pages inside of it are all sorts of programs and design drawings written in feminine handwriting. Is that Misane's handwriting? Bingo! Turns out it was in Dad's study the whole time. My prediction was spot on. That happened to be the one place we didn't search last night. Think you can fix the honorary prez? We'll see. I have to disassemble it and get to the root of the problem before I can make any calls. Wouldn't it be funny if it was just out of batteries or something? You joke, but that's a real possibility. If it's just a battery problem, all I'd have to do is charge it. You didn't start with that? You're taking it apart before you started with, let's see if it needs a charge? Okay. Simple enough, that'd make things a lot easier for you, Aki-chan. But see, the problem is that the charge... Oh, okay. There is more to it than that. The charge is missing, which means we'll have to get a new one. Are they pricey? Yup, it'll cost more than 5,000 yen. Okay. 50 bucks for a charging cable. Yeah, this is a world run by Apple. Yep, For real? And these parts are over 10 years old. Finding compatible stuff is gonna suck. It'll take at least a week to ship. Akiho removes one screw after another in an orderly fashion while she explains the battery situation to me. The screws are all 2 to 3 millimeters. If she drops them, that's all she wrote. Are you keeping track of which screw goes where? More or less. That's extremely concerning. Not in my universe, yeah, no. They're mostly the same size, so it's honestly not that big of a deal. Oh, it hurts. She seems to be storing the removed screws in an empty snack can, so I peek inside. But there's some screws with slightly different lengths in here. Huh? Don't give me that. It's elegant design. She's way too disorganized. Well, worst case scenario, I have the manual. God help us all. And I still have no intention of intervening. Kill Ballad, start! I like how he gives her slack for, like, quoting the anime, but, like, he has to say that when he starts his game. Like, pot and kettle. I pull out my phone droid and boot up Kill Ballad. So, other than the battery swap, what else do you gotta do? Check that all the servo motors are running and make sure the servo amps are stable. Maybe I'll go to the robot clinic later. The robot clinic is a parts store that our club has ties to. As per its name, it mostly carries hobby robot related parts. It's basically Akiho's current lifeline. The shop owner is ridiculously terrifying though. Oh, and also the program. I'm bad at that stuff, but I still gotta check it. We're not gonna win Robo 1 otherwise. The club room is hot and dark. Akiho relies solely on the desk lamp as she tinkers away at the robot's small pieces. I hope she doesn't go blind. Anyway, guess I'll start playing Kill Ballad. Akiho disassembles the honorary prez. And I play Kill Ballad. Hey, it's our first time, I think, seeing him, right? We haven't actually seen Protag at all. In any way. So that's nifty. We can see the back of his head. The sounds of birds chirping fill the air of the island. It's your boy, yeah. It's just a relaxing Sunday afternoon. In fact, it's so relaxing that it's hard to believe that the club is on the verge of being disbanded. Hey, Kai. Hmm? Do you want to try being an operator at Robo 1? What was that? The robot's pilot, basically. If I give in here, my Operation Make Akiho Give Up on Robo 1 would it be all for naught? Just a light glow. Time to go cold. Not interested. Why not? See a redhead? Yeah, I would definitely argue it's probably, like, I'm seeing it as, like, maybe a reddish brown, if anything. But, I don't know. We'd have to see him, like, in light. Why not? Akiho's round eyes peek at my face. Come on, you control robots all the time in Kill Ballad, right? I don't play KB for the robots, I play because it's a damn good fighting game and there are strong players online. Before I got hooked on KB, I was into all kinds of fighting games with human characters. Aren't you at least curious? Nope. But there are strong competitors in Robo 1 too. Heck, there are even one-on-one battles. I think you should be the operator, Aki-chan. You're the president and the one repairing the prez, after all. Believe me, I want to be the operator, but I know you'd be better at it than I would. It's not like I've ever controlled a robot before either, so we're on the same playing field. Yeah, I guess you're right. She continues her task silently for a while. Hey, Kai. I want you to be honest with me. Akiho takes an unusually serious tone. Could she have finally realized that she has no chance of winning Robo 1? I stop playing Kill Ballad and look at Akiho. What do you think, Kai? TM3's design is super lame, right? Someone prevent me from facepalming, please. Glad to have a screenshot button this time around. I really couldn't care less. Why? This is so important. Misane designed it, right? Send your place our way. But she lives all the way in Tokyo. I couldn't possibly use the phone in my pocket to call / text / aggressively tweet at her or anything. So you're saying you want to redesign it? Do you even have the time for that, Aki-chan? Not really. Akiho looks displeased. Something's missing, like it looks weak, you know? I don't think she designed it with flashiness in mind, which is why she was clearly wrong. But looks are important. It's easier to get hyped when your robot looks awesome. We don't have to overhaul all of it. What if we just tweaked it a little bit? You should make it work first. For example, if you were the operator, wouldn't you want cannons on both shoulders? Glam is the true meta. Cannons? Cannons. Would they even be useful? Cannons blow things up! In a Robo 1 match? No, just as part of its backstory. So how will they be used in Robo 1? They'd just be decorative. Give me a break. This one's on me for taking her seriously. So I was thinking about how I'd customize it if I were the operator. Well, just do whatever you want. I'd personally want it to be able to transform! Oh, and a special move is a must. If you implement all of that, you'll never make it in time for Robo 1. A transform function isn't relevant to Robo 1, and it'd be really hard to build. I was just joshing. Then why even bring it up? Because she wants it to transform. I guess you're right. Figure out your priorities, Aki-chan. Pride or results? Results! Huh? Color me surprised. Why are you being so quiet? Wow, nothing. She's laughing it off, but it seems like she's finally realized how stupid her ideas were. No, she was thinking how to make it transform, you idiot. Me and Akiho returned to our respective tasks. She was definitely thinking about how to make it transform. The robot clinic is southbound on Interstate 58, just after the intersection entering Minamitane-cho. Akiho often drags me here since it's on the way back home from school. Its location is a real pain for me. I feel like we're in a horror movie every time I come here. The neon sign forces itself into my line of sight, like it's battling the setting sun. Makes me cringe. I will be heading home as a passenger since the hangar for my plane is only at the Kagoshima airport. I sit as a passenger of a plane as my command pilots me to the island where I live. After that, I will no longer have any wings. Can you grab some Napa lettuce on the way home? Of course, wifey. Leave it to me. I will cast my wings aside and fetch some Napa lettuce. I assume his dad. Cannon. Finger Vulcan. Cannon is just a decoration. Big wigs wouldn't get it. Oh, I get it. You want to see? Right, let's go robot. Oh, we have 2 to reply to there. Played around 3 hours, 40 and 0. So we have to reply to Finger Vulcan. Does the Hanare Prez even have fingers in the first place? Results. I don't know what that is. Sounds dangerous. And we can reply to, oh, you want to see? Probably some old school swimsuit brought in Nishi Nomote? Am I right? How's the blob of meat on your stomach? Oh, I've seen enough of you in a swimsuit at the school pool. We have options. That's true. If Taku can get a transformation, his was mostly personality, but he needed it badly. The only way to make him better was to literally replace him with other people. Green, yes, I'll get right on that. I feel like green is results, or even have fingers. Red sounds dangerous, right? Results, alright. And now we have the insult her weight, insult her fashion, or I've already seen it. Those are our options. School pool. And that one's caught up too. Cool. I mostly went in for this because we got a new... I keep zooming in when I mean to zoom out. I don't know why. R1 zooms in, L1 zooms out, which matches the top right wide and tight. Robot Clinic. Owner Tetsuhara Fujita. Phone number, it's a place. I'm assuming for the platinum we need to find all geotags, which means I definitely missed some already, but also life goes on. Where are we actually? Oh, okay, we actually are a ways away from the school. Yeah, I assume we live down there. Alright. Oh man, yeah, you can't be mean. Even with summer around the corner, I feel a bit cold around this place. The clinic occupies a single-story building. All of its windows are covered in plywood so you can't see inside. That's not sketchy. Behind the building is a large pile of scrap separated by a fence. Feels like something might burst out of that mess. It sure would be nice if this place looked more like a research lab or something. Akio watches too much robot anime. I'd rather wait outside since it's a pain, but as always, Akio pushes my back and forces me in. Inside, rock music echoes throughout the space in the most loud and annoying way humanly possible. This feels more like a nightclub or some kind of concert venue. It's always like this here, which explains why nobody ever comes by. Why rock music, you ask? That's just the owner's thing. It's dusty, gloomy, and messy. Scrap is all over the place. It feels like the owner has zero intention of ever tidying up any of it. That would be the owner then. I suddenly noticed that the man of the hour had exited the back room and was now sitting at the counter in silence. Well, I always gotta check the tag. No, that's the wrong one. That's still the wrong one. Availability depending on current workload. Oh, because we're still over there. I want that. Robot Doctor, to display a more detailed profile, please send a request for approval. Oh, you can set that. Okay, that's automatically better. You can still see the names of people, but you can literally keep it from being too bad. This old dude is the robot clinic's owner and self-proclaimed robot doctor, Tetsuhara Fujita. Hello, Doc! Literally can't hear over the music. Turn down the music! The old man grimaces, seemingly unaware of what's going on. Akio resorts to making weird body gestures in order to get him to lower the volume. The old man clicks his tongue and finally drops the sound down. This is how it always goes. By this point, Akio is usually drained of all their energy. I stand by the door and watch without saying anything. Hello, Doc. I gave you parts the other day. I got nothing else to give you. And you over there, what's the deal dropping in after all this time without so much as a greeting? Crap, he's onto me. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. Long time no see. Thought you'd be dead in the streets by now. Wow, okay. Unfortunately, I'm still kicking. This dude is the definition of rock and roll. Maybe? I'm not sure. Hey Doc, I didn't come on Gun Build 1 business today. Doc is familiar with the Prez's history, as Robo-1's champ and Misane's brainchild. We're currently overhauling it, but there's a part I need to replace. Show it to me. Akio takes the disassembled parts out of her bag. It's the battery and the charger. I need the exact same model if possible. Just as we joked about earlier, the reason the Honorary Prez can't move is because of the old battery. If we can replace those, it'll at least move, apparently. As for how well it'll move, Akio says that will depend entirely on the maintenance of the other parts. A Keisho battery, huh? And it's an S-plug type. Those have been out of production for a while now. Keisho battery sizes these days are different compared to the ones from 7 years ago. You'll never find an exact replacement for this. Then what should I do? Let's see. You can switch out the plugs to make it compatible. The size has gotten smaller, so it wouldn't be a problem installing it. Replace the plug? Was that even in the manual? Plus, I'm not that good with my hands, and... You damn useless little girl. Changing plugs ain't no big deal. It's a wonder that you manage as the president. If you can't do that, you'll have to change makers. For S-plug types, the Ogawatas are your cheapest option. Then I'll go with that. It'll take about 3 days to get here. You alright with that? What about the price? Including the charger, the cheapest models will run you about 8,000 yen. Whoa, that's way too much. Are you sure that's not for a brand new one? The store specializes in used parts. Listen to yourself. It'd be double this if it was new. That's with shipping fees waived, so if you want to complain, wait till you know your stuff, damn Robot Club. Come on, don't be like that. Anything else? I was thinking of replacing the sensors, you know? Smart choice. Tech changes a whole lot in a 10-year chunk of time. So I wanted to go with an omnidirectional camera. Also called an omniazimuth visual sensor. Camera that can capture visual information in a 360 degrees. created using a 360-degree mirror lens and a CCD camera. Super compact ones are sold to the public for robot hobbyists. That ain't no sensor. Don't tell me you don't even know the difference between a sensor and a camera. No, I was just thinking of combining an omnidirectional camera with a proximity sensor, like something kinda high-tech. Yeah, high-tech is expensive. If you put that in a Robo 1 robot, it'll be a useless decoration. Ain't you ever heard of TPO, you damn idiot? Abbreviation for time, place, and occasion, meaning there's a time and place for every occasion. Also means to read the room. That seems irrelevant, but okay. Besides, how much do you think omnidirectional cameras cost? 50k wouldn't even cut it, you broke-ass teenager. Akio's eyes tear up as her shoulders droop. The doctor is as relentless as ever, even against a young girl. To be honest, that's what I like about him. I myself am relentless when it comes to combat. Then tell me, Doc, what's the most important sensor to have for someone competing in Robo 1? A gyro sensor, I suppose. But if I replace the gyro sensor, wouldn't I need to rewrite the program from the beginning? Ain't my problem. If you don't even know how to code, then quit trying to build hobby robots. I mean, if I put the time into it, I could, but our schedule's pretty tight right now. Yeah, no kidding. By the way, how much do gyro sensors generally cost? I recommend this one. The doctor squats down behind the counter and pulls out a part from the lower shelf. It's a new triple-axis gyro sensor made by the Hong Kong company Devices Hero. I guarantee its performance. I'm willing to part with it for 4,000 yen. Give me a discount. Don't be a spoiled brat. This price is final. I told you before, I'm a pro. The prices I stick on my products are proof of that. If you're fine with that, buy away. If not, get the hell out. This is a scam. Raging Bull. I doubt it's got another tag, but I gotta take a look. Yep. Raging Bull. Take that. Oh, I can't read all of it. Take that, you fiends, since 1975. I like the zoom. It works. Whoa, wait. Now then, what's Akio's next move? Before leaving school, I checked and Akio has 721 yen. I have 590 yen. We can't afford anything even combined. For now, could you order the Ogawada battery and charger, please? And I hate to ask you this, but can I pay you later? If you ain't paying, you ain't getting anything. Part of his job as a pro at the clinic is to check each part he's procured, and if needed, restore and make adjustments. Doc mostly handles used items, so he takes his work seriously. That's what he means by a pro job. He also doesn't charge for the maintenance, which is pretty cool. At least that's what Akio tells me. Get your butt back here in 3 days. I'll try my best. Akio gives him a wishy-washy reply, bows her head deeply, and exits the store. Well then. She stretches out, finally liberated from Doc's overwhelming aura, and even starts doing squats. What's the plan for the money? Oh, we'll figure it out. That's not a plan. Figure it out, huh? Hey Kai, how many months worth of allowance can you receive in advance? You're trying to use my allowance? You're a member of the Robot Club too, Kai. Didn't Doc just tell you not to be spoiled? If you insist on me making a contribution to your robot fund, you know what to do, right? I flaunt my phone droid at her. Fight me. If you win, I'll do what you say. Way to training clothes? Kai, you're such a hassle. That's my policy. Fine, I'll do it. She challenged me 2 days in a row. That's pretty bold for Akio. She must really be backed into a corner. Well, right on. Then let's begin. I won't pull my punches. Well, kill battle to start. The fact that he says that every time. Well, good luck. Gotta hope for her, but also kinda gotta know it's not gonna happen. Doc sure is scary. Really? I think he's a pretty nice guy when you actually sit down to talk to him. Even though he calls you idiot and stupid and whatnot? Well, that does kind of suck. Not as sucky as you beating me in Kill Ballad, though. You're right, it's not like I care anyway. Ah, you big jerk. Don't mess with my hair just because you're upset. I wonder if we intentionally don't do that. Can we make him lose? Like, I wonder if that's an option. We got a long way to go, Aki-chan. But I'm also pretty sure there's going to be a trophy for not screwing it up, so I don't want to screw it up. On purpose to make him fun to... Yeah. Jeez, why are you so strong? I mean, I play this every day. Which, yeah, I practiced a lot is the answer. We've already spent way too much time hanging out in front of the store. As the sun begins to set, the neon sign begins to stand out even more, unfortunately. You know, probably true, but I'm assuming we won't get whatever... I'm assuming there'll either be other routes, like there were in Chaos Head, or very different branching routes like Steins Gate. Either way, I assume we won't get a true ending immediately, so if we're already going to have to come back through, may as well try to do it right the first time, and then on subsequent ones, worry about trophies and whatnot. But you're probably right. I haven't looked at the trophy list, but I wouldn't be surprised. Let's get home before it really gets dark out. I'm starving. Roger that. Akio ended up giving up on beating me for the day. By the by, Akio managed to ruffle up my hair before I could put my helmet on. Jerk. You put the helmet over it. Who cares? I didn't even notice that, yeah. This is probably a good point. We haven't hit a super logical stopping point, so this is a big scene transition to a new day. It's probably the best we're gonna get right now. We probably won't get a watch like next week. We start up in like 10 minutes. It's like end of chapter or something happens, but this seems as good a stopping point as any within a reasonable next few minutes. Yeah, time, I know. I'm really enjoying this. I'm very curious where it's going to go with things. But I'm really enjoying it, especially coming off of Chaos Head, which again, I enjoyed, but was very different tonally. Very different tonally. I'm enjoying the more slice of life, laid back. I like the two characters. Yeah, that kinda... Whew. So we know that exists, that's a thing. Yeah. I imagine... I don't even know. But yeah. Good times, at least. Obviously, thank you all for tuning in, thank you all for watching. Extra heckin' shoutouts to Ramen for 50-month resubscription. Casually just 50 hacking months. Jeez. We found out what the AS name means. Damn it, I've kept it secret for so long. And here we are. Ah, I tried. The secret is out. Let's see if there's anyone who can raid tonight. See if anyone's going. Got a few people going. I'm gonna toss it to Nightside because I don't get to raid Nightside super often. They're playing Back 4 Blood, which I hear good things about, but I never really got into Left 4 Dead much, so I haven't played it, but still. Gotta raid Nightside. There's a monster, a cord, a Discord, and I was about to say, why didn't Discord work?
Animality.
Sure, why not? You know what? Let's try one more. Perfection. That's the one. That's the one. We don't really have we don't have like a giant robot anime sound effect, do we? Not really. Still, hope everybody had a blast. Tomorrow, we're going to play a little more Star Ocean. I want to try to get to the point where the girl is. Tuesday, I don't know what we're doing. Tuesday's the only day I'm not really sure about. It really kind of depends on what happens tomorrow. Wednesday, we're off. Thursday is Monster Hunter, and Friday, I'm just going to say we're going to start Resident Evil 8. It'll either go on sale before then, or I'm going to buy it before then, and we're going to start Resident Evil 8, because I really want to get that going and finish that. I know Resident Evil games aren't known to be super long, but I want to try to finish it while it's still Halloween season. Saturday, I have no idea. Saturday's too far away. Probably more Resident Evil, though. Or we'll just, out of nowhere, play Overture. We'll see. No, I'm joking. Grim's not even here. But yeah, that's the plan for now. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Viper of Viperland, and I'll see you all next time.